And Dean texts me and says, if that little shit carries on, I'll tell Liam to backhand him at Donny. And all I replied with was, tell Liam to backhand him at Donny. One, Liam's not going. Two, I'm sure there's a bigger queue to twat Liam than for Liam to twat Fury.
Fucking hell. Speaking of Fury's mum, did you read the article about that? Was it a 7-year-old who got expelled from school because he told his teacher he was going to plough her into next week?
Oh, I got an invite, dude.
I was like, fucking hell!
Was it farming college?
I go fucking clear.
Honest to
I
God.
just read it, I was like, you could just imagine his dad sneakily going, you can't say that, son. Then when
Clive, do you want to start a party with just me and you?
Well.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Sweet.
Right, boys, I'm going to go for wee-wees.
Good luck, chap.
Best luck.
Good luck in the race. Hopefully I'll see you all facing, or I'll see you while I'm facing the right direction.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Don't spend too much time putting the cameras on me, Smithy. You'll be wasting your time.
I ain't watching them dogs or not.
Yeah.
Don't watch me, I'll fuck up.
Watch Sooty, he's always entertaining.
See you after the race, whoever's staying on.
Yeah, right on,
mate. I'm gonna join a party with Biggs, so I'll catch y'all later.
Righto.
Good luck, all.
Thank you. The invite's gone out yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We set a party up, Matt.
No, could you do it, buddy, just while I'm sharing this stream right a second, mate? If not, I'll do one when I've finished it.
Oh, look at that. I'm in a yellow Ferrari. That's nuts. Oh, that's peaceful.
Well, look, Smithy, you're in pro.
Paste that. Fuck, I need to post the fucking pit window and everything. That paste. Beth, could you just pass me the switch, please, if you don't mind? If not, I'll grab it in a second. Thank you. I've done it on that one, yeah. This one. Paste. Post. That. Thumbs up. That one. That one. Does Sooty not be in a party with you then on a race night, or?
With who?
Oh, are you and Sooty be in a party, I mean, on a race night?
Yeah, where's Sooty gone?
Oh, he's gone quiet, unless he's just popped away a second. Oh, no, he's back.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were still here.
Are these?
Oh, there he is.
Do you want to jump in a party with Gary Kelly?
Yeah, can do. Send me a doodah.
Right, best luck, boys. I'll see you on the podium, Kelly.
Alright, see you in a bit, Matthew. Podium?
Fucking Clive in pro, look. Who'd have thought it? I think we might have to start going on a party on our own on a Wednesday night.
Oh yeah, man, I was poor last night. I lost points on the first race when I could have done with the points.
Dean was just doing my fucking head in all night.
I don't really talk that much normally.
No, I don't talk normally. Obviously, I chat with you like when you're pitting and stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, though, that first race, couldn't have finished any worse.
Wasn't your drop score though, so
No.
you got 17 points, whereas you got 9 at Watkins Glen, so better than no.
Oh, yes. Every little point helps.
Right, that is all
So
posted.
do we have to go into the chat, do we?
No, we just stay in this now.
Oh, how do they hear us on the page?
What, on the Facebook? On YouTube,
YouTube?
sorry. Through this, because the way I've got the party set up shares your voice.
Oh.
So provided your voice can be heard, which I think it can, because you
How
can
do I
hit.
see the screen? Oh, it's on project.
Yeah, so it'll load on Project Cars when it comes on. What did I want to create a post on? Pit window. Opens.
So I'll literally have a camera screen, will I? And I just click on any driver.
You'll basically have, as if like when you retire, you'll have that kind of screen. So camera angles on the bottoms like cockpit, chase. We normally just leave it on trackside. And then you'll have a list of names on the side. Just go up and down. If you want to change the car view, press R1 on your pad, and then it'll let you go across. Press L1 to get back up to the list of names, sort of thing.
Yeah. Right.
And when you start every session, press R1, and there's a thing it'll say map along the bottom. Press map so the track map comes up, and then press L1 and go back to the names. But like I say, when you're in the race, not qualified or practice, whichever for them, just pick any driver, and we'll just keep changing every now and again. But in the race, next to the guy's name, when they're within a second of the car in front, come up with like a little warning sign, a little yellow triangle with an exclamation mark in middle. That means they're within a second. So if you see that, hop onto that battle because they might be doing whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, boy. I'll see if I'll practice through the practice session and get.
Yeah. Like I say, the warning won't come up on the exclamation thing won't come up on the practice session, but yeah. And then just chip in as and where, really. If you want to chat, just chip in.
Just ask me anything, I'll answer.
Yes, mate. Pit window sorted. That. Right, now get my YouTube link. Copy that.
That track next week's well hard, isn't it?
Ah,
I keep losing the rear of the car.
yeah, I've got a setup for it. I've not tried it yet, so
I thought it'd be more like
online.
stuck on it.
I'm surprised it's not, but like I said, I've got a setup. I'll have to double check what setup I've got and see if it works.
Lots of corners.
Yeah, they're all the same though, aren't they? They're all long.
Yeah.
Do that. Post that.
Yeah, Dean messaged me last night saying he's getting 202s.
Right. I've not drove that. We've not been there since season 1, so.
Nah, they said, yeah.
Because I'd come off because of Kelly's comments last night.
I didn't see his comment.
He said just I went into interview. Just I got in for a second interview. He said turned around and said some what was it questionable driving from me, and I'm sat there like my face on my Twitch stream was like, what question? When was I questionable? And it kind of pissed me off a little bit because then he spoke about it after and he went, well, you mentioned about me last season, and I was like, yeah, you put 3 drivers in a wall.
Yeah.
So what specifically, what did I do wrong? He went, oh, you're blocking and things. And I went, well, defending at a corner. Fucking, and it kind of like pissed me off a little bit. So I thought, I'd come off, watch some telly with Beth, like. But I'll work on a setup for whenever.
Yeah, no worries.
Time is it?
There's a bit slippery.
5 minutes.
I reckon it might rain as well.
Yeah, I'll be posting the weather tonight, so we'll be able to see what the weather's doing tonight. Fucking Gary's 100th race one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Big shout out to the Gary.
And look at that, you get to commentate on his 100th race, eh? Fucking brilliant.
I feel privileged for that, I'll tell him.
Pit window, lap 4 to 13. Gary Craig. Mike. Monkey. Kelly. Dan. Biggs. Disco.
Disco McDisco face.
It's his 50th as well in race 1.
Yeah, he's another Wakazaki though, isn't he? He's done 50 races,
Done 50
but only
races.
finished
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. BT. Xmart. Argent. Maze. I've lost my lid for that. Fury. Emo. So we should have 17 people in this lobby. Because Emo guy. Oh. Time are we on? 2 minutes. Who's not yet here? Let's have a look. No Maze. Oh, Emo guy's joined. Oh, fucking hell, okay. Right, so he is here. So Emo guy, no Maze yet. And no...
Maze is in.
Right, Maze is in. No Little Leech. So just waiting for Craig. Beth, did I show you that image Nick had done for me? No. Look at this. It is an anime girl. I says, can you do me a banner for the YouTube channel? Because he does stuff like that. He does graphic stuff. And yeah, well, no, I think he works in a paint shop for cars, but he can do all that. And here we go then. Right, let's continue. Everybody's in. Yeah, Nikki, yeah. Yeah, Nikki Prolapse, yeah. When the screen changes from the loading screen to the track, that's when we're live.
Okie dokie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport for the third week here at round 5 and 6 of the Pro Series here at the Hockenheim Grand Prix circuit, the legendary Hockenheim Grand Prix circuit. A full grid tonight, a full 16 drivers able to be with us, an Emo guy back in the seat. I'm Matthew Duffin, as always, on your Thursday night, joined by a very special guest tonight, my teammate in Pro-Am, as Nicky's away with COVID, but Smithy joins me, my teammate from Pro-Am, joins me here tonight. Very good evening, Smithy. How are you?
Evening, boss. boss. Good, yourself?
Very well, boss. You the boss, mate. Well done last night. Not bad result for the team.
Well, first race weren't too bad. Second race was a lot better.
Yeah, we've got... no, we can't. Good leading the way at the minute, and we are still here and ready to go for tonight to bring you the best action possible and some great racing, no doubt, throughout what has been an interesting battle this season, Andy and Dan, but then the two Mercedes-Benz of Mays Gamer and Fury coming to the front last week at Watkins Glen and taking some real good points there. Can the Porsche of Little Leach and Gary get back on the pace? What can the Ferraris do tonight? But it is a circuit that is very, very tricky and a lot of tyre wear, as we found out last night, Smithy. What car strikes you tonight as the car that's going to do the most work, the business?
I reckon a Ferrari tonight.
Yeah?
Mind you, the Beamer. I like the Beamer.
Beamer's good, isn't it? We've seen that, obviously, in Andy's hands. Yeah, very good. Very interesting car to mess with.
I'd like to see Gary up there tonight. It's a big night for him.
It is a big night for him. 100th race start for Gary tonight, and 50th for Disco and with Disco Face in the first race of the night. And big night for both of them too. BT Targa will go on to 49, and X-Mart will go on to 48. So they'll make their 50th next week. Has Gary left? We've had two people leave.
Can't see him on the screen.
Hey, Gary and not quite sure who else. Just look at these four coming into the stadium section here. Little Leach, obviously keen to get some laps in under his belt. You know Little Leach better than anyone. Got to get them practicing, Auntie Smith.
He needs a bit more than practice, I think, now. Poor old boy.
Possible teammate for next year in the Pro-Am?
Oh, well, nah, not the way he's driving. I'd hope I could get somebody a little bit better than that. Nah, Leach is a good lad. He's a good driver.
He is indeed. Sooty was the one not in. He's back into the session, so we have to get Gary back in as well as Little Leach. And can he get back to his best form and get back on the business here as he comes into this one? I'm just going to quickly run through the tables then as we head into tonight's race. Dan, the two-time champ on Orthodubs, leads the way by 1 point from Andy in this season, in this championship fight so far. Fury on 4 points, he's 4 points back with Maze Gamer only 6 behind the leaders as well. BT Targa sits in 5th with Disco in 6th place. Sooty Apex tied with Disco for 6th place with Peaceful, only 2 points behind them in 8th. Gary 3 points behind Peaceful Explosion in 9th with Argent 10th breathing down his neck. Monkey Boys 11th with X Martin 12th and D Biggs 13th. Little Leach down in 14th place, just ahead of Emo Guy and KLF 900. Work to be done for Kelly and Emo Guy. Obviously Emo Guy missed last week due to an operation. It's good to see him back out there this week as well. Slingshot Motorsport lead the way by 10 points. The BMWs from the Shake and Bake McLarens, with Forever Forward Racing in the Mercedes-Benz sitting in 3rd at the moment. Team Prolapse are in 4th place with Sandbags Motorsport in 5th. The Simplay Racing Boys in the Ferrari sit in 6th. The Leach Motorsport, former 2 times Constructors winners, down in 7th place and a bit off the pace at the moment as they are tied bottom with Sooty and Kelly in the Audio Sport Prolapse McLarens. So a lot of work for the 2-time Constructors of the Leachy Legends to go. We've still got 15 drivers in. Gary is out there, so who are we missing? Fury, Argent, Gary, Little Leach, Maze, Emo, Xmart, BT, Andy, Disco Face we're missing. So hopefully he can get back in.
Yep, for his 50th.
Yeah, for his 50th. He is back in. He's just got back in now, so that's good to see. He is back in and ready to go. The pit window opens lap 4, closes at the end of lap 13. And it's great to have you all with us. Evening to Disco in the chat. PN Motorsport and Plava. Well done to M Plava last night. 2 great results for him in the chat. Evening to Mummy Davis. Evening Mother. Disco with Disco Face. Game buggered. Game restart, says Disco in the chat. Welshie. What's happening all? Hope you're feeling good. Sit down. Grab some bread and cheese and a sandwich and enjoy the racing. Good evening, lads, from the Emo Guy. Smithy in there as well. And Welshie with a yes boy. A cheese sandwich. He's boring, is Chris, as we found out from the World Endurance. Yeah, he loves his cheese. Apparently has a cheese pizza at Christmas. We found that on Saturday during the World Endurance. The family sit down and have a full-on Christmas dinner, and he's got a margarita pizza. Whatever floats your boat, I suppose, Smithy.
Yeah, I'd rather him than me.
Yeah, exactly. So Hockenheim tonight. No rain around. No rain forecast. No rain around.
Let's get on.
So it's going to be a dry race here tonight. 20 minutes of practice as always, and then we head into the 10-minute qualifying session, followed by the 19-lap race, then the 10-minute reverse grid qualifying, where the top half of the grid, so the top 8 will not qualify, provided we have 16 starters. The top 8 will not qualify as, down a bit wide there, and that is Andy. No, it was Disco, round in the background then. Roasted cheese, she says in the chat. Ugh.
He is a cheese, isn't he?
Couldn't think of anything worse.
Proper melt.
But here we go then into tonight's race. Fury currently setting the pace from Andy, from Dan Argent up there in fourth at the moment. Not too bad. And the pace we're seeing at the minute, we've seen Emplava get into the 38s last night. Just, are we going to expect a 38 tonight from these pro boys?
Little Leach is setting pro-am pace.
But it ran by your time, isn't he there? 42.6 you said your best was?
Yeah, he might get in my team next season.
Just make the cut. As Danny comes then, Fury into the 39s. So is Dan. That is Monkey Boy letting a bit of traffic go through. Lid Leach.
Gary, let's have a look at it.
Lot of work to do for him. Gary sat in the pits. He must be tweaking a setup. Dan goes second quickest now with a 39.1. Paul Bennett, come on, Andy. You got this, mate. So with an Andy fan and Plava. Matt, how is the headset after last night? Oh, you saw. Yeah, not great. The headset's fine. The headset's fine. Yeah. Got a little annoyed last night on a span.
Did you not find that corner at the stadium last night? The third corner from the end?
Yeah.
Every now and then it just kicked you out.
I wasn't too bad in the stadium.
Really? I found that the hardest part of the track.
I was slow, but I didn't feel too bad. But I was very slow. It was this one I struggled with more, where Dan is now last night. That's the one I seemed to struggle with. But no, I got caught out on the exit to turn 1 on that curb. That was a bit of a bugger running over that curb. We may see a few people spin there as Andy dips into the 38s now. So just about where Emplava was as well last night. Evening to Fury's granddad in the chat as well. For those who are new to the channel, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new. Tell your friends and family, let's get them involved as well, as we are fast reaching 200 subscribers here, 10 away from the 200 mark. And Fury and Maze Gamer still in the pits, as Gary is nowhere to be seen now. So we've not got Gary out there on track at the moment. He's not even in the session.
There's a good support tonight, and there's a good support every Thursday night on the old chat.
Yeah. Fury's mum will be in no doubt shortly.
Andy's fastest lap, 1:38.
Going quick at the minute is Andy. D Biggs, can he get back to winning ways, or at least podium ways? Not like that, he can't. A bit too eager around there. He returns back to the pits. Argent sitting P6. He's looking quite good at the minute. Peaceful's down in 8th. Emo Guy's 9th on his return.
Merc.
And how will the Merc... We only saw one Merc last night. Smokey Devil got a podium, then disconnected. So how will the Merc do tonight? That's the question, Smithy.
Well, it seemed to have done all right last night in the hands of Smokey, like you say.
Different ball game in the pro, so we'll have to keep our eyes on what... I mean, Fury sat second at the moment, so clearly it's got some pace in it. And Fury feeling confident tonight. There is one driver out there with double points tonight as well. We'll tell you that is at the mid-session break. And see...
That BMW is solid, isn't it?
Oh, it's a brilliant car, isn't it? It's a brilliant car. Dean and Bryn are starting to do bits with it on Pro-Am, and Andy and Disco have been... I mean, Andy especially, he's taken the fight to Dan last year. He's taken the fight to Dan again now, as Dan goes second fastest overall. Peaceful moves up to 4th. But yeah, that BM, it's rapid into it. It's planted, it's quick, it's everything you need, as we have lost another driver. And who's that one now?
Gary's still not back.
No, we've just lost Fury as well, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But we lost Fury as well.
It'd be nice to see Peaceful do well tonight in a Ferrari.
Yeah, he's got a podium, didn't he, at Red Bull Ring, but he's had a lot of bad luck in recent years. It'd be nice to see him come to the front and have a good season, have a good year of podiums and maybe a win or two.
A nice looking car, look at that. Nice yellow.
Yeah.
Bit of mustard with that cheese.
Bit of cheese for Welsh there, he'll be loving that yellow. That's probably why he runs the yellow Lamborghini.
Oh, who's the new person in the chat? Somo?
Somo, yeah. Evening to you, buddy. What's wrong with my PS4, says Fury. Not sure, Fury. But hopefully you can get yourself back in, mate. Obviously, you've got plenty of time. You've got till the end of qualifying to get yourself back in. It's Gary. Yeah, Gary's now back in the session. He's just got himself in.
Let's have a jump on board, Vargin. He's in the Merc again, isn't he?
Yeah, stuck with his Merc. He's doing all right, though, as well this year. Sort of sat 10th mid-pack. As he's letting the McLaren through there. He's not doing bad, so he's got promoted, is he?
No, he's holding his own mid-pack.
A lot of fast drivers, though. Monkey Boy, Exmalt, Biggs, Little Each Emo guy behind him. KLF as well had the better of him for 2 seasons in Pro-Am. So can Kelly get the best?
KLF hasn't had much practice because his PlayStation's been down. He's lost all these setups.
He has indeed. Kelly's a quick boy, though, so can he get back onto that pace and quickly get onto the pace of Argent? Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. And on a tricky track like this, where it's easy to touch the curbs and spin, you want to be consistent.
Yeah, that'll be good to see. First corner tonight.
Oh, there was a few dropped it last night, weren't there? So we'll have to see. A few dropped it with 10 cars on the grid. There's 6 more cars provided Fury gets back.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars tonight.
On this grid, so it'll be interesting to see what happens through turn 1 and down to the hairpin if everybody's close enough together as well.
Let's get on board with the current champ.
Unorthodox then, N-Dubs as Smithy likes to call him. Currently second fastest, a 10th slower, another man into the 38s just. Disco as well, he's moved up to third. Look at him, 2 BMWs, first and second at the minute, just inside and outside the 38. And Dan'll have to be wary. Oh, yes. Just in the track limits there, 2 wheels on the curb. But Dan will have to be wary of these BMWs tonight, Smithy, because they're really ganging up on him here.
Yeah, I like to see that.
Where's Biggs? Down in 12. So Dan's not really got the support of his teammate at the moment. Biggs yet to find his feet in this McLaren. And we're yet to see the best of him. Exmart, though, running 5th. So he's looking quite racy tonight. Oh, Dan, that's a bit of track limits there. Keep it in the curbs. And again. Ooh, Daniel. Tell you what, there'll be a few interested parties there. Keep an eye on that. Gary's still not yet out of the pits. Here's a man who puts a smile on everybody's face. Coming to Donington Park now. He's just booked his campsite. Said he's going to pitch his tent next to mine, so I'm sure I'm in for a real night of it on the Friday and the Saturday night.
It'll be a week recovering, I reckon.
Oh, my days. Be a month recovering if the stories I've heard about such I'll still be recovering this time next year as he takes the track limits here through the penultimate and final corner, and a bit of track limits over the exit curb down the start straight. So people just pushing the limits here on the curbs. He's 8th place, but look at these top 9 here. 7/10 of a second separate the top 9. Really tight in this pro category this season, isn't it?
That is. How's my little leech? She's on 140.
And if Nicky is in the chat, if Nicky's watching, Nicky, mate, I hope you get better soon. I hope you recover from COVID and it's not too bad.
Yeah, and you're sacked.
Yeah. Where is Fury? Still not in yet.
No, he's on about his mum's been playing on his game or something.
Yeah, she broke it and I don't know how. His mum was on testing the other night. I think it was Monday night. We were doing a few bit of testing. It might have been Monday, it might have been Tuesday actually. And his mum was driving the car. Not very successfully, I will say, but she was driving the car and now it's broken. Oh dear.
Pace?
A bit slower than Pro-Am pace.
Oh, fair enough.
She's in the 2 minutes. Gary's been back in here, but he's only just come out on track as Gary. So yet to see Gary's time. Is Kelly's improved then? He's down into the 1 minute 40s. That's it, Gary. Get them tyres warmed up. You on the pad there, Bert, or what's the situation? As Kelly's improved his pace then up into the 1 minute 40.8 at this moment in time, as Fury has got himself back in, so that's great to see. And in fact, there was something Gary told me to do last week. And that is to just turn the sound up a little bit. So So let's see if that's worked for the stream, Gary. But stewards are watching. Track limits says Welshie in the chat. Going to be an interesting one. It wasn't really a talking point last night, was it, track limits? But tonight it seems to be the case. Who's your money on tonight, though? We've lost another driver. Who's that now gone?
Let's ignore what Welshie's putting in the chat. I have no idea what he's on about.
Who's gone now? Argent's gone up to 5th place. May's Game has gone up to 4th. But I can't quite see who we've lost this time around. Going to be an interesting one. It wasn't really a talking point last night, was it, track limits? But tonight it seems to be the case. Yeah, we have lost another driver. Then it's Xmart we've now lost. So we've lost Xmart from the grid at the moment. We hope he can get himself back in sooner rather than later. As Mummy Davis says, going to be a mum race, lol. Hey, I'd love to get a women's event on and commentate one night of the women of Simplay having a go. But
you know what? I'm gonna
wanted to do it. Are you going, Andy?
First race, yeah.
I think you might be right with that one. This man, though, on his 50th, what could he do?
Disco. All depends on that first corner. I think Andy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Andy tonight. Argent P5 at the minute. Looking quite interesting there. Biggs has improved his time. He's got within 9/10 of the pole lap. So it's just Little Each, Monkey Boy and Kelly outside that, over that 1 second mark to pole.
Left up the 140s.
Yeah.
Getting quicker.
As Dean would say. Gary Xmart Fury then. Not yet at a time as Xmart's just come back in. What can these boys do tonight?
I don't think Gary's even done a lap, has he?
I don't think so. He was sat in the pits when he got back in for a while. I haven't seen a lap time from him yet. 22 people watching, 14 likes on the stream. Guys, girls, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. We're 10 subscriptions away from 200.
Love the chat. Look, 21 people watching.
Yeah. Buzzing, innit?
Here is Grandad. Is Peaceful Stepdad in?
Peaceful now. I've not seen Peaceful Stepdad yet. It's the only one I've not seen yet. As the Ferrari of Peaceful Explosion comes round into the stadium where Sebastian Vettel famously crashed a few years ago in a Ferrari. And here he comes well within the track limits there. Bit of a slide as he clips the curb. And again, well within the track limits. Another bit of a wiggle for the Ferrari. Is it set up to ride the curbs? Well, obviously not. He crosses the line and he's gone quickest. Wow, Peaceful. Into the 38s.
I said the Ferrari.
Hey, that would have shocked him as well based on his pace, but in the testing before he came on, Peaceful Explosion finding some time here then.
Oh, I reckon KLF's probably sandbagging it. He's probably got another 2 seconds in it.
Yeah, Gary's definitely puts the sandbags in. KLF's actually improved by 0.3, so he's actually got a bit quicker. Gary's gone and done a 140.8. If you're wondering why he's ghosting, it's because he was late into the session, so Fury cannot see Gary.
That's a nice Merc, silver and blue.
Peaceful's colours from Season 1, which took the first ever win at Simplay. And look at this.
That'd be good on Pro-Am. I wouldn't hit no one.
Look at this. We're seeing Fury where he's quicker than Gary or not quicker than Gary at stages. Oh, he got close to the wall there. And look at how much quicker Gary is through the... Oh, that's why he's quicker. He's wide. Off and round. And back into the pit. You wouldn't have done that, Smithy, would you?
Somebody give that bloke L plates. Jesus.
As Argent and his teammate Maze Gamer here, who currently sit 5th and 6th, and Argent's had a big wiggle and dropped it towards the penultimate corner. That's where you were saying, wasn't it, that corner there?
Yeah, that corner, yeah.
Fury now gone quickest with a 38.6. So straight out the bag, the Merc Ferrari just pushing Dan down a little bit, and Dan may be worrying a little bit more now about some of these other drivers' pace. Argent within half a second of the pole time. The top 10 now separated by 9/10 of a second as practice comes to an end.
They're not afraid to push it in practice out.
They're not. Showing their hand here at the moment. Showing their hand. And who's going to take the first pole of the night? Oh, Maze nearly on the track limits. Half the grid still in the pit, so they are done. The guys coming around to complete their final runs here in practice as we're going to head into the 10-minute qualifying. So who's your tip for pole position then, looking at this pace?
I'm going to stick with Andy still, I think.
Yeah, Andy for pole.
Yeah.
21 poles, the most pole positions at Simplay Motorsport. Can he take it? His 22nd. He seems to have an extra gear in qualifying, Andy does. He seems to, whenever somebody then gets the lap off him, he seems to up his pace as Fury and Peace will go back to the pits. Dan's done for his session as he's just come round turn 1, so his session's over. Maze Gamer still on a lap, as is Little Leach just in front. Little Leach needs to find 0.6 of a second to get himself ahead of D-Biggs. Here comes KLF to finish his lap, and no improvement from Kelly there. Little Leach, so what can he do?
The Porsches don't look as quick this year, do they?
No, they don't, do they? They really don't.
They're like they've just gone old school now. No Porsches left in the dirt.
Although was the Porsche quick because everybody seemed to be in the Porsches. Little Leach goes to the pits. So Maze Gamer then the last guy to finish his lap.
McLaren seems to be taking.
Yeah, taking there. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? A lot of the Pro Laps boys going into the McLaren pit entrance. This is a key one tonight. We had saw a few people spin last night. Whoa, this is going to be close, says Dan in the chat.
Gary's disconnected.
No, that'll be old messages because we've not had it pop up, so that'll be old messages. But Fury then, the quickest in the session so far, and can he get his pole position? It would only be, well, he's not had many pole positions here, but he'd love to take one tonight, that is for sure. As he's 4 points off the back, and let's not forget my money, Andy for qualifying. It's hard to look elsewhere yourself.
Yeah, Andy, I'm going Andy.
Cars coming out the pits very early. Not quite sure who it is yet. It's Dan. One of the Beamers are out as well. Both Beamers are out. As we can see, Disco, the first man out on track. Followed by Dan, followed by Andy. So look at that. Andy already getting straight out. There's Disco hit a wall or something coming out the garage, because that's got... looks like it's been hit by something as it's come out the garage straight away.
Panel beater on the way back.
Surprised he's not got some damage looking at that.
Fury's out as well.
They're all flying out the pits now. You want to get out early. 10 minutes is not the time to mess around in the pit lane. Sooty, Peaceful, Monkey Boy, Maze Gamer and Gary all sat in the pit. You want to be out on track. Dan, is that a tactic from Dan to get in the slipstream of Andy for his flying lap? I wonder if that's Dan's little tactic there. As Andy, look. Was Andy backing off, but Dan wise as well, warming his tyres up, keeping behind Andy. Disco is just gone. He's not playing games. He wants to get on with this lap, get on with his out lap. Gary's now out the pitch. Just Sooty and Monkey Boy to come out.
Right, let's go. Disco.
Yeah, Disco. First man, wasn't he? So they're coming towards the end of their out laps now. Tyres up to temperature, are they? We'll have to wait and see.
Sooty's still sitting in the pits.
Yeah, and he's wasted nearly 2 minutes now. He's just got out and he's lost 2 minutes of qualifying, so that's crucial. Every lap counts in quali. And Disco then into the final corner. He's going to be the first one to start a lap time. How close is Dan to Andy? We'll check that in just a little moment. Unless they come around the final corner, we can see it.
Here they come.
Yeah, Dan's close enough then to get a slipstream from Andy, but we'll have to keep our eyes on the pace of Dan on this opening lap. We know how good Andy can be in qualifying. Disco, though, the first man on a flying lap. Everybody else is out. Sooty will be the last man to complete a flying lap. You tip it. We're both tipping BMs for pole here, and not this man, but does he have a shout in the qualifying, Disco?
Who's behind N-Dubs?
That is Kieran Argent behind Dan.
He's doing the same.
Where is it? Pole positions for the BMW. It's had 12 pole positions in the Pro. So is the... Sorry, that's wins. It's had 20 pole positions. It's 12 pole positions behind the Porsche. As Evening to Peaceful stepped out in the chat. Here comes Maze Gamer. Kelly back in the pits. So that's not the way he'd have wanted that to go. As Maze Gamer comes across the line to start his first flying lap. This is going to be a close one. Back to Disco, though. You see them all queuing up in the background. A bit further back. There's Andy. There's Dan. Just looking at the sector times on my screen, on my phone. Argent went purple middle sector. So, Argent flying at the moment.
There's a lap with Argent.
Where is Disco? Disco a 21.8 and a 46.2. Fury's now gone purple middle sector. Where's Andy? Andy a 21.7 and a 45.8. So Andy a bit quicker than Disco, but Disco's going to cross the line. What's his banker lap going to be as he comes across? It's a 39.1. Very good lap from him. Andy then to cross the line in the background. What's he going to get set? A 37.9. Holy smokes, that's a quick time. Dan with a 38.1. Argent with a 38.8 as we've lost somebody from the session there.
Fury's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, it is Fury. Yeah, we've lost Fury from the session, but Argent there, that is some serious pace from the Mercedes-Benz. And it is Fury we've lost from the session. Hopefully he can get back in. He's got 5 minutes to get in. Andy, though, in the 37s. That is some serious pace. Kelly crossed the line. He's on his outlap. Gary crosses the line. Only goes P6 with a 39.3. Just a couple of hundredths off the back of Emo Guy. BT Targa Andy in the pits. Here comes Maze Gamer then.
Do you want to do a lap with Maze?
We can do. According to my phone, Maze Gamer's gone purple and purple here. So is this a time for pole position? Just within the track limits here. Is Maze Gamer about to take pole? No, goes P2. Lost it in the last sector.
We'll do a lap with Maze then.
Lost it in that final sector. Who's that to come back out the pits? I think that's Kelly. Oh, no, it might be BT Targa coming out the pits there. As Kelly and Sutty still on a lap. Again, nothing but problems with this PS4. With this PS4 Pro, says Fury in the chat. We hope he can get back in.
We didn't think the Mercedes would be that quick, did we?
We didn't think it would be this good. Peaceful's gone P4. Sutty's currently 6th. Disco set the opening time. He's dropped down to 7th. Good evening, Matt. Well, evening to you, Peaceful Stepdad. Hope you're well. Andy, though, in the 37s. That is a quick time.
Is this guy on pad still, is he?
I believe so, yeah.
I need his settings.
Yeah. If he's that quick, do you mean?
Yeah.
Start pulling some 1-2s out of the bag next week. That'd be nice.
Need about 8 other drivers to pull out then.
Emo Guy returns to the pits there. D Biggs, Little Leach has got himself into the 39s. X Mark's just moved up to P8 with his tap. Sorry, Sutty moved up to P8. Little Leach goes P7 with a 38.9. So Little Leach somewhere tonight has found a bit of pace and upped his pace in this race so far. Emo Guy and Gary in the pits. We still await Fury. Kelly not yet done a lap time.
1:37.9. That's quick, isn't it? I can't
Dan,
see anyone catching it.
No, I can't. But Dan has gone quickest out of everybody in the first sector. So where's Dan on track? That was a BMW that was spinning. I think that is Disco or Andy. It's one of the two, but we'll stick with Dan for the time being because Dan was quickest of everybody in that first sector. Now, what can he do as he comes to the middle sector? Emo Guy and Maze Game are now in the pit. Still no Fury, and he's got time to get back in. Peaceful, yeah, he is. Biggs up to 5th as well. So Biggs ain't a good qualifying. Not far off the back as well. He's doing well, he's Argent. He's up on his time in the sector. Personal best for Argent in sector 1, but we'll stick with Dan for the minute. Only a personal best in sector 2, but has he done enough through the first sector to get in? Fury's back into the session, and Dan, round he goes in the stadium.
Oil slick.
Was that due to the bit of lag? Sutty Apex speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Dan!
Oh, a legend.
Dan's on his roof. That's going to be into the pits. That could be qualifying done for him. Fury's dropped it in the pit lane. Who else? Disco went back to the pits. Little Leach is exploring the sights of Hockenheim's infield.
What's the red flag next to Sutty's naming?
He's got a grid penalty. Speeding in the pit lane. Got a grid penalty. That'll be at least a one-place grid penalty. So Sutty will drop down to at least 9th place minimum. But Dan there, little spin and rejoined in front of Disco. Biggs into the pits in 5th. Gary then, what's he on at the minute? Not really. He's on an outlap, I think.
Okay.
That's Peaceful round just behind him. X-Mark, Disco, D-Biggs in the pit lane. Here's KLF. Quicker than BT Targa at the minute, but a 42.4. 2/10 quicker than your pace last night.
Yep. Probably why he's sitting in 14th, to be fair.
I think Kelly said as well, I was eating my dinner just before we came live, and Kelly said last night's qualifying would have put me 7th in the Pro-Am with his best time he's done. Obviously,
To be fair, though, he can't worry too much because, I mean, it's 2-time champ's only 13th.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know what I mean? You can't.
No, you can't.
Complain being 15th when Gary's only 13th.
You can't at all. Kelly improves that lap, goes to a 41.2. X-Mark Peaceful in the pits. There is Maze Gamer in the background. BT Targa's on a personal best first sector. He's gone up to 6th place. Here he is in his silver McLaren. Into the hairpin. Can he get the job done? Fury out the pits. We'll have to keep an eye on Fury and see what his pace can be. That's Dan behind, warming his tyres up here then. 26 people currently watching. Guys, girls, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. We are 10 subscriptions away from the 50. As here comes BT Targa then. The only man really on a personal best lap. Kelly's on a personal best first sector, so we might have to watch BT cross the line and then jump back to Kelly. In fact, here is Kelly. Mays right behind him. Bit of traffic in front. Mays track limits there. He backs out that one, does Mays. Leaves Kelly alone. So back to BT Targa. Where is he? Can he get any improvement? Gary's gone up to 5th. So good lap from Gary.
Who do you want me to click on?
It's all right, we'll leave it for Kelly. I don't think BT Targa improved.
Still up, is he?
Yeah, no, BT didn't improve. He stayed 7th. Kelly currently personal best through sectors 1 and 2. A little wide, though, coming through the final corners there. And down the start straight he comes. Can he improve on his 41.2? He can. He does a 40.3, so nearly in the 39s. Not bad for Kelly. Fury then. Fury's on a lap. Where is Fury? Kelly very wide on the exit to turn 1. So Argent done, Little Leach done, X-Mart done, Andy done. And for those who are crossing the line at the moment, they are done as well. But Fury gets literally 1 lap here to get this one sorted.
Hopefully you won't have any more problems tonight.
No, I hope so. Looking quick round here is Fury. What can his lap do? What is 1 lap that he's got? We've seen him put it in the 38s earlier. Can he put it in the 38s again? Dan's back up to 3rd. Fury goes. P5, that's not too bad. Oh, a spinner in the background. Not sure if that was Dan or D Biggs. I think it was Dan. He's gone back to the pits. D Biggs then, coming to the end of his qualifying lap. What can he do? BT Targa. Well, let's go to BT Targa quickly because he was quickest out of everybody through sector 1. Into the final corner he comes now. And this could be close for pole, you know. We saw Dan up in sector 1 and personal best sector 2. What can BT Targa do? Last chance to get anywhere better than 8th. The top 11 separated by just under a second. Here comes BT Targa. Any improvement on his time? Goes P6, knocks Gary down a spot. Biggs in the background. What can D Biggs do? Can he improve from P8 and take that spot back from BT Targa? No, he can't. He's back in the pit lane. Not quite sure. Kelly, Little Leach as well. I think he's on a lap. No, Little Leach is in the pits. KLF still on a lap. So where's KLF? He's bailed out to the pits as well. So is it just Emo Guy? Maze? Emo Guy's done. Emo Guy done then. There is a lot. Where did Argent finish in the end? P10. Right. So qualifying over. And the pole sitter is once again, for the 3rd time this season in qualifying 1, Andy takes the extra point at the minute. Mays in 2nd place. What a stellar lap from that Mercedes-Benz. The 2-time champ of Unorthodox only starts P3. Peaceful Explosion up there in 4th place. He had a good qualifying for himself as well with Fury. He only got 1 run at it, but Fury in P5. Not a bad job. So he only got the 1 lap. BT Targa qualified in P6 in the end, ahead of Disco McDisco Face, who will start in 7th. Couldn't match the pace of his teammate, but nonetheless 7th place, a good job. Gary 131, the 2-time champ, in 8th, with D Biggs down in 9th place. Argent, he can be happy with his qualifying for P10. Really, really good lap there from him. P11 goes the way of Little Leach. Struggling for that little bit of pace, but looks a bit quicker tonight than what we've seen in recent weeks. Emo Guy will start in 12th place, ahead of Sooty Apex, who got that 1 place grid penalty to drop to 13th. X-Mart will be in 14th place. Then Monkey Boy in 15th, with KLF bringing up the rear in 16th place. Smithy, your man for the race win.
Hard not to see Andy from the front.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Hard not to see through him.
Who do you think will complete the podium with him? Who do you think the other 2 will be on the podium?
I reckon N-Dubs and Maze.
You reckon Maze? I'm going to give Fury a shout. I think Fury could be on that podium. But I don't know who for.
They're strong, them three up
They
the top.
are, yeah. Peaceful there as well in fourth, so we'll have to see what he can do. But what it means at the minute then is with Andy's qualifying point, going into this first race, both drivers of Andy and Dan are tied on 39 points apiece. This also puts Slingshot Motorsport ahead by 11 points now in the Constructors' title. Very, very interesting. Sorry, Disco, Fury's lag. Annoyed, says Dan in the chat. Evening, got my Haas hat at the ready, says Jamie Brazier. Evening to Jamie. My bad, was 4/10 up, says Dan. So that could have been pole for him. Hey, Jamie, says PM Motorsport. Sorry, buddy, says Dan. It's cool, Dan. Was just super unexpected to see. Come on, Peaceful. Do it for Ferrari. So you'll see PN Motorsport on Sunday night. And Smith, we might see your brother take to the track for the first time Sunday night.
Well, let's hope he's better than this, Smith.
F1.
F1.
You'll be watching, no doubt.
Always.
Come on, Gary and Craig. Do it for the Porsche, says Jamie.
McLaren, Ferrari, Merc, McLaren.
Where's the first Porsche? I'm tipping Andy's for the win. I'm going to go Maze Gamer and Peaceful for the podium. You?
No end-ups.
I think he's got a mistake in him tonight. I know he struggled all week.
I reckon the top three will finish how they are.
Just look at that, Smithy. The top Porsche is in 8th place. Of all the years of Porsche dominance, the first Porsche is 8th place. They are struggling this year.
Going backwards.
We look like we're syncing up. We look like we're about ready to go. All 16 drivers will start this race, which means that 8 will have to qualify for race 2. We're green here at Hockenheim. Who gets the best getaway? Andy has gone. Peaceful Explosion side by side with Dan. Didn't get the best of starts, it looks like, as Dan will take P3 into turn 1. Now watch as they all go across the curb. Andy from Fury. Is there any carnage in the background? I think Peaceful Explosion's had a moment because I can't see him anywhere. Disco's had a spin as well. He's gone round. Peaceful as well. Dropped down to the back. So has N-Dubs. N-Dubs as well. He's been involved in an incident. Disco and Peaceful. I wonder if Dan and Peaceful got caught up and they've caught Disco out. But Andy leads from Maze, from BT Targa. Fury, Gary on 100th appearance is P3. But look at Maze Gamer here making the charge on Andy. Andy goes to the inside. We're not going to see a chop across the screen, I hope, as Fury, there's Maze Gamer then comes up the inside. Although a chop wouldn't be the worst thing, I suppose, as long as it's clean. Maze Gamer's dropped it out of the hairpin. Maze Gamer's right round, and that's put Fury into second. Gary now up into third. He's gone up the inside of BT Targa. Monkey Boy down in P9 at the moment, and Smithy, it's all going off. There is a few spinners out there.
Great start. The Porsches have climbed up, look.
Porsches have climbed up. Little Each up to 5th. Gary up to P3. Here comes Sutty. Kelly's up to 12th as well. So KLF flying at the minute. He's having a good start to his evening. Disco and Orthodox and Peaceful's got to catch up. That's Argent pulling well out there. He's had to let Maze Gamer back through, as Maze looks like he's got better pace. Monkey Boy, though, into the stadium section. This is where it gets trickier to pass. Maze going to have a little look. Oh, he twitchy, under braking all the time. Maze Gamer is, but manages somehow to keep getting it stopped. Monkey Boy's round. He's dropped it. Monkey Boy's dropped it on the curb. So easy to do. And round he goes. Andy out front, followed by Fury, Gary, BT. They've all pulled away from D Biggs. Emo Guy, what's happened to Little Each? He's dropped to last. He's plumb last. What has he done? Disco's had another spin on the start straight. Oh, what's happened to Dan as well then? These guys can't pit till lap 4. Little Each gets past Peaceful Explosion. Disco's dropped it as well.
ALF's up the 10th.
He's flying in the minute, Kelly, isn't he? And this is what Kelly did in the Pro-Am. Consistent, keep it on the track and pick off the places. Monkey Boy in the Ferrari, though, right on his tail. As look at that for the lead. Fury and Andy side by side going into the hairpin. Fury going to have to go the longer way around. Can he get it tucked underneath? We're on BT Targa. That is Biggs and Emo Guy in the background. He's up the inside. Biggs can't get it stopped. These two teammates in F1. And Emo Guy gets it stopped and turned in. A nice job from him there. Good stuff from the Mercedes of Sandbags Motorsport. Fury's in the lead. Fury leads this race.
Oh, what's happened?
Gary up the inside of Andy. Look at this. Tapping. Andy and Gary. Did Andy just tap the back of Gary's car? Andy's off.
Andy's gone.
Oh, he's managed to keep it. He rejoins. He's going to drop to P4, but Gary up to second place on his 100th race. It's elbows out and all argy-bargy from Gary, giving it as good as he gets. He's just got to how's his bottle now. How's his nerve? How is his nerve? We didn't expect to see this, Smithy, did we? As he's all slidey through the penultimate corner.
Does like a slide.
X-Mark's dropped down to 15th, so he's had a problem in the background as well. Look at Mays. Wow, that is some track limits there. Who's just behind Mays Gamer? That is Sooty Apex. KLF still 10th, just ahead of Monkey Boy in the background.
What's going on with N-Dubs?
He's progressing. He's lost out. He lost out? No, he's got X-Mart on the back of him. Dan struggling round here then. Does he have damage? Well, our tip for the podium, Dan, Mays, Andy. It's only Andy left on the podium.
Yeah.
None of us went Gary. Fury pulling away. Andy's stuck behind Gary at the moment. And we know Gary, hard racer. Gives as good as he gets.
What tyres will wear quicker, the Porsche or the BMW?
Depends if Gary keeps chucking it through the corners the way he has been doing. I suppose. Bryn and Dean said last night, didn't they, that them tyres was gone on the BMW towards the end, so you'd have to say the Porsche. But Mays Gamer ahead of his teammate now for 7th and 8th between him and Argent. He's got ahead of Argent, then Sooty's just behind. Kelly still fending off Monkey Boy at this moment in time. Mays Gamer again, track limits from him. He's going to have to be careful here. Emo Guy's up to P5. Yeah, he's doing a good start, isn't he? Oh, Kelly's lost it somewhere. He's dropped to 15th place. Little Leach on the back of Monkey Boy now. There is Dan, X-Mark, KLF in the background, and Little Leach fighting to gain some places. From my experience, I can tell you it is hard to pass in the last sector. I wonder where you get that experience from, Enplava. Would it be stuck behind the Acora for so many laps, I wonder? As Argent trying to gain on his teammate Mays Gamer. And Mays got to be careful of the amount of track limits he's taking here, because the stewards are watching and can penalise. And Sooty not far in the background. There's Peaceful as well. Fury has gone here. Andy and Gary in the background. Andy's got back through, but can Gary get a run down towards the hairpin? Andy's already on the right side to defend this. BT Targa interested as well, Smithy.
Yep, they're going in. Sharp old corner this.
Into the hairpin. Gary just got a nose in front. Andy late on the brakes forces Gary a little wide. It's also forced BT Targa wide. They have a bit of a tap on the exit of the corner. Down the straight they come, and Emo Guy's getting himself into this battle. Argent looks like he's past Mays Gamer. Gary side by side still and just runs towards the curb. He'll be up the inside as they come into this left-hander. And Gary, has he got the move done? Are they still side by side? Will Andy back out of this? Gary gives him plenty of room, thinking he's still got a nose there, but Gary gets it done. And look at this four-way scrap for second place.
Porsche just looks a little bit quicker in the corners, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
A little bit niftier out.
Yeah.
Fury's pulling away a bit though, isn't he? He's driving well.
Fury driving very well, and his teammate Emo Guy has just, look at that, gone up the inside of BT Targa, up into P4 for Emo Guy then. And what a start to this race. If you're them two Mercedes, Sooty Apex round he goes. Argent's now up to 7th. And Sooty Apex has lost out. Monkey Boy's got through. Can Peaceful get him? X-Mark's past Dan. So Dan struggling. Pit window, just to say, has opened. And X-Mark's got himself ahead of Unorthodox. And Kelly's not too far off the back. Is Dan going to peel into the pits? Yes, he is. So Dan then, the first driver to chuck himself in the pits here and get his stop out the way.
This goes way off.
So Dan in. Lap 4. End of lap 4. Monkey Boy. What is he in regards? He's a bit behind Mays Gamer, but quite away in front of his teammate. Andy's off.
Yeah, Andy's off.
Big mistake. Dropped all the way down to types. Now nobody we predicted to be on the podiums there.
Gary and Emo Guy then.
Gary, Emo Guy, BT Targa. Oh dear. 28 people watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. And Smithy, we could have not got this prediction more wrong. Let me tell you, bud, the commentator's curse is real. And if you get predicted, you will mess up. It is a real thing. Dan's done his stop then. He's in and out and back on his way. His teammate Biggs is up to P5. That's promoted Argent, Mays, Monkey Boy up to 6th, 7th and 8th. Here comes Peaceful on the back of Sooty Apex, who just looked a little slidey coming into that braking zone there. Little Leach on the rear of these guys as well. And the Ferrari of Peaceful doing a good job.
would Disco and Andy have the same setup?
It depends, because I know Disco was on the pad. Now he's racing this season on the wheel. So I suppose it depends how he feels, Little Leach. Oh, round he goes. Emo guys past Gary up front. That's why Gary's in the pits. No need to worry.
Little Leach just having a bit of sightseeing of the brick walls again.
Yeah. D-Biggs into the pits at the end of lap 5, as well as BT Target. So BT stopping at the same time as Gary. That one then, Peaceful Explosion, also is in. So BT pitting at the same time as Gary. Them two was close to each other on track for the battle. So let's just jump to Gary in the pit. See if he can get out ahead of BT Target. Biggs has jumped Gary. Has Biggs jumped the both of them? I think D-Biggs in the pit lane has jumped both Gary 131 and BT Target. Little Leach has come in as well.
BT's now coming out.
Well then, D-Biggs and the Shake and Bake crew, what a pit stop they've had, because they have gained 2 places through the pits. And that is job done.
16th, look at that.
Yeah, you don't see that many much often, do you? He's only going to get past Little Leach in the pits. Peaceful's pitted and came out well ahead of Dan, and Dan's struggling. Paddy's still there. Oh, look at him. He's struggling, isn't he, Smithy?
Yeah. Andy and Monkey Boy.
Yeah, Andy's got past Monkey Boy for P5. Now, Kieran up to 3rd. Well, everybody above D-Biggs haven't pitted yet. 10th up haven't pitted. But look at Kieran at the minute. Not pitted, but running 3rd.
Yep. KLS 9th.
Yeah.
Oh, who was that? Who was that? Maze, was it?
The old Maze. Monkey Boy as well. They've both gone.
Every time I click on someone now, they're going to
sightseeing. Sooty's come through. He is Maze. He's still spinning. Disco looks like... Sorry, Monkey Boy's still spinning. Looks like Disco could get ahead. He does. That's where he had his instant with Dan. So we'll be glad to see that he's got past Monkey Boy. Andy into the pit lane. Cheers, Smithy. At the end of lap 6. Andy's in. Maze Gamer is in. As is Monkey Boy. As is Xmart. Plenty of people coming into the pits early here then and getting their stop done. And look at Gary. He's got himself ahead of Biggs. So as Biggs had a mistake on his outlap because Gary's got past him and cleared him. BT Target's still nowhere to be seen. Gary's up to 7th. Kelly, let's just give Kelly a shout out at the minute. Running P6, yet to pit, but still 6th place. Andy's out the pits. Andy's jumped BT Target then. So Andy really on the pace. He's jumped BT Target in the pits. And Argent here, he must have a nosebleed, he's so high. PN Motorsport, I'm getting sick. I'm getting stick drift on my PS4 pad. That's all of them with it now, he says. That's not good for Sunday night. You're not going to want that for Imola in the F1. Emo Guy and Fury.
Fury at the moment.
Yeah.
So 2 Mercs, like 2 Mercs.
2 Mercs, well, it's Merc 1, 2, 3 here.
Yeah, we said the Mercs wouldn't be that. We know nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we were in that Cora.
Well, yeah, that's it. We got forced in it. Looks like someone had to do some practice instead of commentating. Yeah, mate, I wish. With my back, I don't get time to practice all the time. All my R2 buttons don't work properly, says Jamie on his pad. As here comes D-Biggs. On the back.
Close, to be fair.
No. On the back of Gary, though, is Biggs. And Gary, 100th race. Disco on his 50th. This is about time we've seen this Porsche do well, isn't it, really?
Wow, it's not finished yet.
Kelly into the pit lane then.
Disco from the back.
Yeah, got a pit yet, though.
Yeah.
So Kelly's in. Oh, he's got himself a 10-second penalty at least. The pit lane entrance is a bugger, and he clearly hasn't got it down. And he's got himself a penalty there, and that has really ruined what could have been a decentish result in this first race. Can Dan get ahead of his dad? Maze Game has just got past him. Here, though, comes Biggs. Andy in the background. Kelly in and out the pits. Dan gets past. Kelly's came out ahead of Xmart, Monkey Boy and Little Leach here, so he's got to keep within 10 seconds of them now. And here comes Unorthodubs, 2 seconds off the back of Maze Gamer. He's got some work to Andy to catch up Mercedes because Mays game has looked fast tonight, so he's got a lot of work to do. But 39.6.
Been on at first race.
No, really not.
So far.
Really not been on it.
I mean, he's a great driver. I think then he can pull anything out of the bag. But
Right,
Big-
Little Leach. Little Leach is back in the pits here, so he must have had another off somewhere. Race leader Fury, he comes in at the end of lap 8.
Little Leach is just playing Mario Karts, I think.
Argent in as well.
Look at the state of that Porsche, look.
Yeah, it's a bit banged up. Great stop from Fury, that. Great stop from Fury. Where is Gary 131? Disco into the pits as well. Let's keep our eyes on Gary here.
He's out. Fury's out.
Yeah, what about Argent? Has Argent done enough? Where is Gary on the track? Not yet past Disco at the minute. He's just past Disco now. Will Gary's name get above Argent's? No! Argent's jumped Gary! No, he hasn't! No, he hasn't! Very tight. Biggs under pressure from Andy. Can Argent slip into the middle of Gary and D Biggs and hold his position? He'll defend from Biggs, going into turn 2. And that Mercedes-Benz of Argent is working wonders at the minute. I'll eat my own words for saying the Mercedes won't do a lot this year.
Especially on this track.
Yeah, well, I said it for last week as well, but it did a good job round there. So Emo Guy leads from Sutty, but them top two are the only two left to pit. Here comes Andy on Biggs. Biggs looking up the inside of Argent. Has Biggs got Argent done? Like they're side by side. Does that Mercedes just have enough at Grunt on a straight line to get ahead of Biggs? They're still side by side. Biggs tucks in behind now and can't get it done.
Oh, Mays has got Endos behind him.
Oh, Biggs up the inside of Argent later on the brakes. That's forced Argent wide. And Andy up the inside as well. Emo Guy's in the pits at the end of lap 9. So just Sutty Apex to pit. But Argent's lost 2 places there. Now then, Emo Guy, let's stay with him a second. Yeah, let's see this pit stop. Because if this is quick enough, he could come out ahead of Gary. How good a stop is this going to be? Oh, it's decent.
Yeah, where's Fury? Ooh,
Fury's got past. Sutty leads this race. The question is where's Gary?
Gary's now coming round.
Coming through the final corner. Emo Guy's off the limiter. Emo Guy, P2 Smithy here.
Yeah, he's ahead of Gary. 2 Max.
Merc 1-2, Sandbags Motorsport 1-2. The teammates first and, well, Net first and second because Sutty's still got a pit yet, and you'd imagine that when Sutty pits, these guys will take the lead of this race. D Biggs, Andy, sorry, just swinging over the curb a little bit wide there as he's trying to hunt down D Biggs. Gary, though, has to get on the pace. He's some 8 seconds behind Emo Guys. We're just over halfway in this race now. Look at that, Gary coming up to lap his teammate.
Well, let's keep that between us, shall we? Hush.
As this little battle look for second, third, and for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Andy up the inside of Biggs, thinks better of it. Argent on the brakes, get it stopped, and he did just in time. But Andy there must have seen that Mercedes get bigger and bigger in his rear view mirror. Peaceful's back up to 9th.
Biggs off, I think.
Yeah, I reckon you're right there, Smithy. I'm just aiming to finish on Sunday. If I score points, great. Disco, he's gone round. That's gave Dan another place and Mays Gamer.
That's about the 3rd time Disco's gone.
Yeah, he's struggling, isn't he? That could give Kelly an extra place as well. Keep it up. Keep it steady. Peaceful says Peaceful Stepdad. Running 9th at the minute. Mays very slidey under braking. Dan not really gaining much time over Mays. 0.3 of a second last lap.
They must have a different setup there, Mercs. Than
Whoa,
Fury.
Mays.
Mustn't they?
Yeah, I reckon so. But Mays and Kieran, different teams, so clearly not running the same setups as Fury. Yeah. As Dan and Mays there all over the curb, nearly lost the rear. Now then, Kieran has to attack again. Sutty still not pitted. He's got to pit within the next couple of laps. And here comes Argent Biggs. He's dropped right down. He's now behind BT Targa. He's dropped down to 8th. So what has happened to Biggs then?
Andy's overtook them both.
Yeah, Andy's got Biggs and Argent, and BT's got Biggs.
Gary in sight now.
Gary to Emo, 8 seconds, just under 9 seconds, Gary to Emo Guy.
He's got it down a bit then. That was 8.
It's up to a 9.4 now. It says on the screen. So Gary struggling here to keep with Mays, to keep with Emo Guy. Look at Fury lapping in the 1:39. He is rapid at the minute. Do you know what, Smithy?
Wow.
Gives me confidence that most of this race pace from these guys the Acura would have been up there.
Well, you said the Mercs wouldn't do very well.
Yeah, but looking at their lap times, the Acura was lapping similar to between Fury and Sutty. So like a 39.6, 40
Your
and...
car was.
Yeah, one of them was. One was, one wasn't.
I was in the little Leach group.
What, the 55s?
No, last in the first race.
Here, though, is Fury down the back straight into the stadium. Sutty within half a second. He's not going to push Sutty, and that's why he doesn't have to push Sutty Apex. Sutty then. Oh, he's messed the pit entry up. Messed that up.
He's parked it.
Oh, no. At the end of lap 11, Sutty has royally messed that one up. I know he's in a party with Gary as well.
Well, he ain't going to get done for speeding in the pits, is he?
No, not when you're parked there, but that could lose him a couple of positions here. Sutty, Apex, and Gary's through. Andy's through. Argent will go up now to P5. What a race Argent's having here. Biggs has got Peaceful Explosion on the back of him for 8th and 9th. What will be 7th and 8th as they come past Sutty, Apex. Look at Peaceful go here at the minute.
Go on, Peaceful on the Ferrari.
Right, Dan and Mays, they're swapping positions. What's going off there? Their names are back and forth, and this is why. That's Disco McDisco face in the middle of it as well. He's trying to have a look at this. A flash of the lights, a touch from Disco and Mays there. They're all having a flash of the lights. They've all not got past Sutty though, so Sutty comes out 9th. Where is Sutty? He's there, so he can get up to speed and can defend from Mays. Mays though, going to look to attack Sutty into turn 2. No, he comes across, and all three of them giving it the old flash. Dan up the inside! And that, a little late and a little lunge, but he's done it beautifully. Dan somehow got it stopped. Mays has fought back here, and look at this. Evening to Fury's mum in the chat. Evening Laura, but here comes Mays on Sutty. Mays on the outside of Sutty Apex. Dan having a look on Sutty. Sutty defends. Dan to the outside. He's got nowhere to go. On the brakes. Can he go through the middle? He's up the inside. Mays. Dan goes down the inside of both of them. Disco taps Mays round. And that came to an abrupt end. Sutty, though, coming back to fight with Dan.
And Dubs come out best.
He did. Dan gaining 2 places. And up to 9th place he goes here. And that's probably it. Sutty shouldn't have been in that fight, really, because he messed up in his pits. And who's that? Oh, it's Little Leach again. Had another European trip. He's just come for the fans, hasn't he? Quick spin off, wave at the fans. Off we go again, do you know what I mean? Kelly now on the back of Mays Gamer as Gary's gapped Andy. Argent still with these guys though. Kelly, yeah, he's got Mays done, but has to get 10 seconds clear now because of that time penalty.
Monkey Boy's done Mays. What's happening with Mays?
Oh, well. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Can he keep it all together? So it's Fury, Emo Guy, Gary, your top 3.
Argent and BT, is it?
Yeah, BT. Is that just within a second? Yeah. Second and a half, yeah, close enough. But the top 3, none of them were predicted for a podium. I said Fury might, but we didn't say Fury outright.
We did say Fury first time.
The 3 we did tip. Andy's 4th, Dan's 9th, and Mays is 13th. So, yeah, good predictions.
That's why I don't bet on football results.
Yes, exactly. Here comes an Argent in a fantastic 5th place. And I tell you what, if he could get a podium, I'm sure he'd be well over the moon with that. Fury still lapping the 1 minute 39s. Sutty then starting to drop away from Dan a little bit here. And Argent really flying so far.
Back it up to Gary.
Yeah, it's just under a second, that gap. Is Andy having a late charge? Lap 14 of 19, so we're coming to the back end of this race, and it's been all go tonight for these pro boys. 26 people watching. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and like if you are new.
Gary will be happy with the podium, I reckon.
Yeah, I think he will. It's been a while since we've heard him on the podium. But it's not done yet.
Look at these 2 guys.
Flying, aren't they? Absolutely flying at the minute. And Fury here, he's just cruising, isn't he? He doesn't even have to pump in great lap times. He's just got such good pace at the minute. Kelly's 12th, still ahead of Mays. 6 seconds ahead of Mays as well is Kelly, so 9 ahead of Monkey Boy. He's just got to up that pace a little bit, is Kelly. Just got to make sure that he's pulling that gap. Andy, 7/10 to Gary then, so he's getting closer. Peaceful has lost out a little bit to Biggs towards the end of this race. Andy's got Gary. Andy's got Gary. What has happened to Gary?
Literally just come off him.
He lost a second to Andy then. Oh, a bit of a wiggle there.
Twitchy.
Can Gary get chased down Andy then? Is he starting to struggle at the back end of this race? Fury's granddad, I'm watching. What a great race, says Mummy D. And Fury's mum saying, see, I didn't break it. Race hasn't finished yet. Let's not jinx him. Has Fury stopped? Says Somo. Yeah, everybody's pitted, mate. Everybody's made their pit stops. Fury absolutely flying. And Argent, within a second of Gary now. Gary's starting to struggle. We said last night that tyre wear was quite an issue last night, as Mays has got past Kelly, and Monkey Boy now on the back of Kelly 131, of Kelly 900. It's Gary 131. But Argent just gaining on Gary a bit, and BT gaining on Argent. So different strategies playing out here. Yeah, 100%. I think if Argent's wise enough, fifth, he should sort of settle for the fifth and not push too hard. And maybe make a mistake or two. Dan, 13 seconds off the back of Peaceful. Dan will... How many times have we said Dan will have to qualify for race 2?
Not very often.
Yeah. Well, he will at this rate. Emo! What's happened there?
Emo's fallen back.
Go on, Emo guy. Press L1 and go down to Speedo.
L1 and Speedo?
R1. And then down to the Speedo. It brings up the... He's not out of fuel. Right, now press L1 and go back to the drivers. But what has happened to Emo Guy? The team on for a 1-2. Dan now won't qualify for race 2. But that puts Gary back on the podium.
How much luck can you have, eh?
Well, I tell you what, I said to Argent a lap ago, do you not push and hang on for 5th? Why don't you push now? A couple of laps, put Gary under pressure, get yourself a podium. Emo Guy, then that'll put Kelly ahead of Emo Guy.
It's that X marks right at the back here.
Oh, what has happened to him? What has happened there? Oh, who's that? Yeah, Kelly round, all on his own as well.
Maybe tyre wearing's getting a bit low.
Possibly. What has happened to Emo Fury's granddad? That is the question. Little Each may not be 16th for much longer.
Well, he's staying on the road. Oh, who's that spun
That's Maze Gamer. That's Maze Gamer in the background round. Little Each has unlapped himself from Emo Guy, so he's got to do an extra lap here. Oh, Maze, come on. Rejoin the track as soon as possible. Don't just cut 2 corners. My wheel is dead. I've tried reconnecting it. Not working. His wheel has cut out on him. Emo Guy's wheel has cut out on him.
Emo Guy. That's a shame.
Oh, dear. BT on the back of Argent. Little Leach has got a way to go to get past Emo Guy then, as he was a lap down. It could have been a 1-2 for Sandbags Motorsport. It's not going to be now. And Argent maybe not being able to put the pressure on Gary for that podium, but is able to. He's got to now defend from BT.
What's he lapping?
Fury, bit slower than normal. 30.3. Yeah, he's got nothing to push for, has he? 16-second gap. Take your time.
Speedo stuck on my screen now.
Yeah, we're fine. We're happy with that on. We're happy with that.
I like this. I could get used to this.
There's Andy. There's Gary. 2.7 seconds the gap. There's Kelly. There's Kieran with BT Targa right on the back of him. And this for 4th place here. No, it's not. No more. BT round. Where's Biggs? There's Biggs. Where's Peaceful? Not quite. He's not quite there yet.
Here he comes.
Peaceful should have him here and gets the job done. Dan will be 8th, but he's a bit further back than Peaceful. Did Peaceful get him? No, he didn't. BT stayed ahead of Peaceful. Disco on the back of Sutty. This for P9 and 10. Tyre wear then. Is this a bit more of an issue than people first thought?
Oh, what does this do? I've got a map.
Yeah, that's the track map, bud.
Oh, Gary's joined.
Now that's all from practice. That's all sort of doing what it did in practice. So ignore all that.
That map's quite cool.
So with Disco on the back of Sutty, Smithy new to all of this. He's working it all out, but we're going. Hopefully, you're entertained. No, you're all right. I don't mind the track map.
Oh, can I take it off? Can you
No,
see that,
keep
Gary?
keep it on. Keep it on, mate. I'm happy with that. Keep it on.
Oh yeah, it's on the YouTube screen.
Yeah, boy. Peaceful then, on the back of BT Targa. This for P6 and 7. As Fury has started lap 18. And look at Fury, the little white dot coming into turn 2 behind the 4 blue dots. It's not there now, as Smithy's removed it. Peaceful. Right, oh, he's made a mistake. Made a little mistake there, and that's allowed BT to get away scot-free. Dan's 7 seconds behind Peaceful at the minute, but won't.
He had the best of races, has he?
No, he hasn't. That's the biggest thing, I think.
With this bloke a lot. Well, I don't practice with him, obviously, because I can't catch him, but he's quick. No,
yeah, what did you say about him the other night? Do you break through the corners?
Yeah, he just flies through the corners, doesn't he? Huh? He flies past you like you're not even there.
Yeah. Especially when we're in an Acora. Biggs, 5th place. He's nowhere near the back of Argent, so it looks like 5th is going to be the best for D Biggs tonight.
Argent 4th, that's a hell of a result.
Good result. Great result. And there's two laps left yet. Kelly in 12th, I mean, that's a good result. Look at I think Emo Guy's got the wheel going. Because his last lap was a 4:38, so I think Emo Guy is back going. Little Leach is 15th now, though, not last. So he's doing all right, his Little Leach. He's Emo Guy's going because he's catching Little Leach at the minute.
Let's hit the L plates for the day.
As it looks like it's got a bit darker here and the heavy cloud seems to have rolled in. And I wonder if a drop in temperature with maybe the change of weather. Oh, who's that? That's BT. No, Kelly? That's Kelly. Oh, poor Kelly. Was running in 12th place.
He's safe where he is, though. He's got a 10-second penalty. Oh, he's taking the sign down now for fun, look.
I think he's got a bit of damage on the front of that car. He's got to finish 10 seconds at a Little each. Fury's just lapped him. Fury's now on the last lap of the race. Kelly's got to finish 10 seconds at a Little each here. Oh, he's over a minute in front, sorry. So I don't know what the timing screens were saying there. Let's stay with Fury, though. Last lap. We'll watch him come home to the end, and then as he crosses line, we'll jump back to P2 and so on. But what a race this guy has had. A 2nd and a 3rd last week. And Fury's on for his 20th race win here. And another race win for that Mercedes-Benz AMG. He's been so dominant in this first race.
He hasn't had much to do, to be fair.
No, everybody dropped it around him and he passed Andy and that was it. He's not looked back since, has he really?
Gone.
And I'm sure the Fury Massive will be absolutely ecstatic with this one.
Yeah, the chat will be going wild.
Yeah. Well done to Emo Guy for keep going, says Fury's granddad indeed. Still in it. And top 8 cannot qualify. KLF, though, could have been 12th. He's going to finish 14th at least as he's a lap down now. But Fury here is going to come round the final corner. He's going to give it a good flash of the lights, no doubt. He's going to take his 20th race win at Simplay Motorsport. And what a job that was in absolute fashion. Great style. Andy then, P2. What can he do? He's further back. Got to make sure he gets around these couple of corners because Gary, 3 seconds behind. One mistake from Andy, Gary could be there. But he's round with ease. And that's going to be a P2 and a massive boost to his championship results at the minute, especially with Dan not having a great result. And on his 100th start, Gary's back on the podium. Argent, he will be a man who's loving that. P4, great stuff from him. D Biggs, a good P5, carrying the flag for Shake and Bake in this one. BT Targa finishes in 6th place. A good result for him, although it could have been better. Peaceful Explosion will get a 7th place. Not too bad from him. Dan can't qualify for race 2 just, but 8th place. He has got to reflect on a few things. Sooty Apex to the line.
Take a breath now, look.
Yeah. P9 for him, with Disco just behind him for P10. And what a shame that Disco couldn't get a good result here because he looked like the BMWs have got some pace. But I tell you what, these Mercs, Smithy.
Yep. Take back everything you said.
I will do. Because these Mercs could be on for a good second race result, and there's 2 of them to qualify. Maze Gamer then will cross the line for P11. X-Mart then will come across for P12. Monkey Boy, I think, didn't get lapped, so it will be P13. And KLF and Co have already finished. Kelly will be P14 with Little Each in P15 and Emo Guy bringing up the rear, unfortunately for him, in P16. There then, fastest lap of the race, a 39 dead for Fury. Anybody in the 38s to beat that, really? No, nobody in the 38. So just Fury then with the fastest lap, so an extra point for him. And let me tell you now, Fury will be absolutely loving that because he is on double points tonight. So Fury will be absolutely loving that start to the race. Just quickly in the comments, Fury on a different level. Well done, mate, says Gary. Cheers for turn 1. Peaceful, says Dan. Awesome job, Fury. Brilliant race, Fury. Well done, Andy and Gary. Well done, Fury. Andy, Gary says Disco. That was a long race. Terrible drive from me. Didn't deserve P2, but we'll take it. Congrats, Fury, Andy, Gary. Well done, Fury. Well done to Emo for keep going. Yeah, well done, Freemo. Me and Smithy will be back in about 5-10 minutes with the reverse grid. We'll be back in just a moment.
We got 1 out of 3 right, it's not bad.
Yeah, flipping out.
Never predicted that. Argent 4, Biggs
No.
5th.
Biggs.
Nice to see it a bit reversed.
Yeah, Big's fair enough. But Argent, not a chance. Right, best get Gary and that lot in here then, aren't I? And the Fury. And because he appears offline. Do you know you're snoring we can hear on stream? Why don't you just go upstairs then? Here he is, look! You need Smithy to commentate for you every week, you do.
Mate, that's a bit better. What's wrong with
you? I cannot get the arse to stick to the concrete.
That we noticed.
Your brother's even worse.
Oh, he's spun everything. I don't know what happened during that race, but the track was undrivable.
It went into heavy cloud, so the cloud got thicker.
N-Dub's in happy with
that.
Yeah, he's not. I'm just reading that now.
What's wrong with N-Dubs?
People wiped him out first.
Not sort of loser, is he?
Tell you now. Yeah.
And he's still got an 8th.
Yeah, I'd be happy with an 8th after getting wiped out.
Fucking so will I in the next race. Mind you, I come from the back.
You're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle next race, I reckon. But
I've got to do something to make this arse stop dancing.
what's going on? No, that Porsche was your car, man. You were the unbeatable.
Now, since I lost my setup and my wheel don't feel right anymore.
Oh yeah. Wear a pair of gloves.
So what us pros do, Gary.
What works,
how funny was that last night on your stream?
When I threw my headset.
Was that when you went quiet, was it?
When I went quiet, I'd launch headset. Mate, I launched headset across the fucking floor, didn't I? Watch me twitch back. When Dean spoke and I dropped it on the curb, I got back going, I'm driving one-handed, and I just fucking launched headset on the floor because I'd had it with Dean. I'd fucking had enough of him.
Well, Andy, sorry for that first lap there.
Oh, that's alright, mate. I'd already forgotten about that. That was a shit drive from me.
Your fucking nose off.
Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. No, to be fair, you were ahead. That's a tricky corner because it's a flat out corner and it's difficult to go on the outside through there, so that's all fair, I suppose.
Just gonna pop to the toilet.
Well, I
Tell you what, I love this intermission music. This is really good. Sick song this is.
Hey Gary, N-Dub said I'm going to rinse you tonight, but I'll be able to rinse him now because he's not even in here for a chat.
That was tricky, man. That track was awful.
Mate, I was driving like a complete menace for the first part of that race, honestly.
It's like someone had dumped a load of oil on the track for me.
I think I was just driving like stupid. I just kept making mistakes.
I just got a bit shaky because I was up near the top.
You gotta get used to that in the Porsche. You're a
It's a
top
lot.
contender now.
Oh, Ian.
Oh no, I fucked it out of, I think turn 3 it was. Just coming out onto the long straight.
Yeah, you caught that curve, didn't you?
Yeah, got on the curve and then tried to save it, snapped the other way, and then spent ages
I nearly
trying to
smacked you
keep it
up
out of the wall. I basically had to stop the car to avoid going into the wall, and then it took forever to get going again. So I lost about 15 seconds just from that one spin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, no, about 10 seconds. I was 15 seconds behind after, but I think Fury had gapped us a bit at that point, so it might have been, I think I was about 10-second loss, something like that.
Your qualifying time was ridiculous pace, man.
Oh, I run low fuel. I run low fuel on quali.
And he's always good at one lap dashes.
Yeah, I just can't do it consistently as well. And I can do the odd freak lap, but it's when the adrenaline's there. It's just the adrenaline and the pressure at the moment. That's when it all clicks. And then consistently over a lap by lap basis, that's where it's lacking. Well done, Fury.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, well, you were gone.
Yes.
Not gonna lie. I had
Double
a
points as well, boy.
Yep.
You were rapido.
I'm just glad my wheel didn't do what Ian's done.
Oh, yeah, I was gutted for him.
Mate, you should have heard him in the party. I was like, I'm trying to stay quiet.
I felt so gutted for him, honestly. I just saw his car frozen. I thought he had disconnected. I thought he was disconnecting.
That's what I thought.
I was thought, oh,
I just
mate,
heard him
what
say, like, I just heard him start swearing. I was like, oh god, what's happened? And he was like, my wheel was just cut out on me. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's just saying
To
it's
be fair,
disconnected.
it couldn't have happened in a better place for everyone else, though. I thought it disconnected. I genuinely thought it just timed out or something.
I was actually worried. We were then going down to that left-hand turn. I thought he's going to appear in a minute, and we're all going to go shooting all over the place.
Well, it's the fact that my PlayStation started having a hissy fit when I was trying to stream my stuff.
Oh, mine was playing up when we first went in the lobby as well.
Mine kicked me out.
Oh, really? When we got into the actual game, that turned me ABS off, it turned this on, that off. I was going down the straight and that was steering for me. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
No, mine didn't go that far. Mine literally just
like yo-yo.
kicked me out and then kicked me off the game.
Oh, good fun. I can't believe Kieran got P5.
Yeah, he done well.
He was on the back of us, wasn't he, for a while?
You come storming through Biggs and...
Oh, you know what happened with Biggs? Biggs dropped it right in front of me. His car literally went mad. I think he tried to overcorrect it hugely because his car just... First he started turning in, then he got oversteer, and the next second he was fucking like 200 metres over on the right-hand side. He was just he just suddenly just disapparated. It's fucking mad.
He pissed me off a little bit, to be fair. He held me up for loads of laps, and then I got past him, and then he absolutely dived bomb into the corner, so I just stayed wide, and he went strutting at the corner. I thought, what the fuck is the point of that?
I think he just outbraked himself. He just completely missed his marker. Yeah, the McLaren's not got much straight line speed. You can like the Beamer's not the quickest, but
No,
I mean
outdragged you
McLaren is.
there at one point.
I mean, the Porsche's got the legs. I think the Porsche's just about got the legs on the Beamer, but the Beamer's got the legs on the McLaren. Like the Beamer's, I'd say, in the lower half in terms of straight line speed, but it's a little bit better than the McLaren. McLaren's got nothing down the straights, nothing.
Fuck, I'm still trying to get the perfect fucking setup there, and your wheel don't feel right. Your setting's still in right.
Yeah, I mean, PlayStation problems.
Have you still got the setups from your 2-time days?
No.
Oh, PlayStation
long
use
time,
that.
man. Nobody believes he's 2-time champ anymore. Not the way you drive.
Yeah, but
There's a new 2-time champ in the house now.
We'll get there eventually.
Wait, Gary, how many times did you get kicked out?
What do you mean get kicked out?
Like disconnected.
I didn't get disconnected. I had to keep leaving because it was doing funny stuff with me game. So I left about 3 or 4 times, I think.
So I'm the only one who got disconnected 4 times then. Sweet.
When I come in the lobby, I said, Fury disconnected, Fury joined, Fury disconnected.
Yeah, it pissed me off. Every time I started streaming, 2 minutes after, bang, gone.
I guess you're not streaming then.
No, I can't.
Who's Matt talking to?
Probably better.
I bet he's talking to Dan. Yeah, he is. I can hear Dan in the background.
Quote yourself. From the views we got, it was looked a little naughty, Daniel.
Views we got, it looked a bit naughty, Daniel.
Is N-Dub still moaning, is he?
He's talking about the track limits, I think, in quali.
Yeah, N-Dub's just moaning, man.
Mate, he was going mad on the track limits.
I didn't even, well...
It looked a bit naughty, Daniel.
Catch you in a bit. Yeah, see you later. He's not a happy chap.
Well, Daniel being a naughty boy by the sounds of it.
Looked a bit naughty, Daniel.
Headset's on.
Dan's unhappy.
A bit naughty, Daniel.
I know that.
Fucking honestly. Dodgy. What was the word?
What was the? In the end? Did he get in the top 8?
He got 8th, yeah.
Oh.
What was the term? What was the term used last night, Gary?
I don't know.
By Kelly to myself. It wasn't dodgy driving, was it?
Oh, fuck.
Debatable driving. Fuck knows what it was.
Yeah, well, something like that. Debatable move.
And then my face on my personal Twitch stream was like, wait, me? What the fuck? Kelly, you've been watching the same race?
Did you get people taken out down, by the way?
No, I didn't. No, we didn't catch it. But that's what he's just rang me about.
Yeah, we're watching the first 4, Andy, and that lot were on the start.
I think Peaceful actually had his nose up his inside.
According to Dan, the proximity arrows wasn't even there, so Peaceful were nowhere near him, apparently.
Yeah, but I think Peaceful kind of went across the... He didn't cut the corner, but he went right up on the curve.
Yeah, well, I shall see when he said I'll be sending it your way, so I'll have a look at it.
I was licking my lips like a little dog, mate.
Oh, Dan, oh, God, Dan, don't backtrack now. Sorry, Peaceful, just stressed. Haha, it's racing. Gay.
You kissed him
Yeah, no. I think he knows it's not going anywhere.
How can he be stressed? We're racing.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can get stressed racing.
Just watch your Twitch.
Fucking mate. Dean spoke at the wrong point and my headset went, boy.
Well, you better interview.
I can see you so wanted to laugh at some of the things I was saying.
I'm sat there, I'm trying to catch Emplava, I'm trying to not laugh at Dean. I've got you in top left coming up on comments going, Matt, just laugh out loud, you bastard. You know you want to. And I'm like, fuck off, Gary, try to race. Don't forget, I went to screen us to the pits, we're live.
Oh shit, I'm still in the party.
Banging tunes, by the way.
Thank you.
What?
Oh, well done in the World Endurance, by the way.
Oh, cheers, man. I was stressing when she took me out. I was on edge.
At least your AI didn't hit Dan, I suppose.
I didn't ever put the AI in, I was racing all the time. I did all the time.
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport then for the 6th round of the season, and it is Fury on his double points tonight. What a start to the evening for him, an absolute banger. Gary made his 100th appearance and Disco made his 50th, Gary getting on the podium, but it's Fury who leads the way in the championship now by 28 points, but obviously he's the only driver to have taken double points so far. Andy second on 59. He's now 12 ahead of Dan. Mace Gamer fourth with BT fifth. Gary moves up to 6th place ahead of Sutty and Peaceful. They're tied on 33. Disco a point behind them on 32, and Argent a point behind him on 31. Still 10th. Biggs is 11th ahead of Xmart. Monkey Boy, Lidleach Stays 14th with Emo Guy 15th. Kelly tied with Emo Guy in that race. And Sandbags Motorsport now top the constructors' standings by 4 points from Slingshot Motorsport. But obviously, Fury took his double point. Shake and Baker third. Forever Forward fifth. Team Prolapse now sixth. Simplay Racing seventh. Leach Motorsport, they're not tied bottom anymore. The former two-time constructors champions. But they're still second from bottom. 7 points clear of Audio Sport Prolapse. And we'll start with the former two-time champ and two-time constructor champ. Gary, 100 races here at Simplay Motorsport, but I think Smithy in the commentary box has brought you a lot of luck tonight.
Yeah, you could say that. It's nice to be back on the podium. Still struggling with the car, to be fair. Obviously, having PlayStation issues, losing setups, wheel setups. It's taken a while to get back, but we're still getting there slowly.
Yeah, how was that for you though? Because you said off air that that rear end just would not stick. Was that the main problem today?
Yeah, I think it was, to be fair. I put it down to setup to start with, but then, as you see during the race, there was quite a few people lose the rear, so I think the track was part to blame as well, to be fair.
And going into this second race, what can you do? You'll be starting by the back of the grid as we've lost somebody. We've lost Fury again, so you'll be starting by the back of the grid. What can you do?
Top 5 would be nice, but well, we get some points and have some good clean racing, and that's what we're all here for, so yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, buddy. We'll let you get back to it.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well done, buddy. We got Andy in as well. Andy, another second place. It's another one of them poles that's not turned into a race win.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get a win this time. I just thought, get a podium, that'd be nice. And that's what we got. We messed it up out of the turn. It's like first sector coming out onto the back straight. Completely binned it and ended up having to slam the brakes on in order to avoid the wall. So we lost a lot of time there as a result of that. Dropped about 10 seconds on Fury. So yeah, pretty much it was just a recovery from then on. So P2, I'm going to take that because that was an absolute terrible drive from me.
Yeah, you say terrible drive though. You had good pace at times. Was it just not consistent enough that the pace was being shown? Is that your problem?
Yeah, it was pretty much just the big mistake, the massive mistake coming out onto that straight that pretty much just put us on the back foot. Recovering up to P2, I can't be too disappointed with that. But Fury, just absolutely banging drive from him. He was completely gone into the distance, and we didn't even see the rest of him. So well done to Fury. Can only hope that I stay out of trouble for the second race and don't do the same mistake again. Well, you start 16th and last, Andy. That's going to be tough work from there. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be about just keeping a low profile, coming through the first couple of laps and trying to avoid all of the carnage that may or may not happen. Well, we'll let you get back to it, buddy. Best of luck. Cheers, mate. And we've got Fury in the chat. And Joe, you texted me the other day saying that you feel confident you'd like to take your double points. I bet you didn't expect a race win.
No, I was obviously in the practice sessions we were doing off air, and the past couple of days I've not been doing no pace of unorthodox and everyone else. It was kind of off the back, I guess you could say. Because I was 4/10 slower. It was just not there. And the qualifying as well sort of set you up as well. It got you towards the front with just one lap as well to put you P5. You must have been a little frustrated at the fact you'd lost the connection and had to settle for one lap. But boy, did you make it count with a P5, excuse me. I'm not the happiest with my PlayStation at the moment. I feel like throwing it out the window because it's just so far bringing me nothing but problems. But I'm glad it stuck it through the race and I managed to take the race win on my double point. Is that Laura not allowed on it ever again then? Yeah, she's not touching it. Yeah. You start 9th in the second race, mid-pack for this one. What can you do from there, buddy? Hopefully get a decent start. Don't ruin the tyres. Just stay out of trouble and hopefully push through the pack best as I can. Just a shout out to your teammate, 1 and 2 at the time being until his wheel disconnected. I bet that was a bit gutted for yourself to not get that 1-2 across the line. That was the only thing we were talking about that entire time when we were first and second is we got this, we need to keep it, and then his wheel just took the dream from us. Do you have anything? Obviously, Argent, you teamed up with a couple of seasons ago, a 4th in the Pro. Obviously, we know that he's come under criticism in the past of his pace not being pro pace, but that's a good drive from your former teammate. Yeah, a good drive from him. It's just a shame that I didn't get a chance to obviously see how he's evolved as a driver from pro am to pro.
Well,
but, nah, good drive from him.
We'll let you get back to it, buddy, and best of luck for race 2.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy. And at the minute, then, it's May's game with a 38-1, 1 second quicker than Emo Guy Smithy in this qualifying session. He's flying.
No, he was first race, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was up there.
During the race.
As Laura says in the chat, she didn't break the PlayStation. It was fine until you had to go the other night, Laura.
Could be my teammate next season.
What, Laura and you in the pro?
When you go up the pro.
Laura instead of Little Leech, fair enough. Little Leech currently P4 though, Monkey Boy in 5th. Monkey Boy 3rd, Disco 5th, Sooty 6th, X-Mark 7th, KLF in 8th. And Kelly, after a race one where he got a 10-second penalty, currently a bit off the pace again, Smithy, but he was like this in qualifying one, if you remember, 42, and then he got closer to that 1 minute 40s as the qualifying session went on. So can Kelly get any more pace out of that car in this one? Disco, currently 5th. Can he get any more pace out of this car going into this one? Who's your tip for pole, or has Mays already got it, do we think?
I think Mays has got this one.
Who's your tip for the race win? Because I'm going to go Fury.
Yeah. See, no disrespect to the 1 to 8 in front of Fury.
Oh,
it's just the consistency, isn't it?
Who's that we've lost? We've lost Andy. Now he's got 2 minutes to get himself back in here as Disco is on a lap, so is Little Each. Andy's got 2 minutes to get himself back in here, and we hope he can get back in.
See, can Argent do anything from 12th? I don't know, that's a big ask.
Yeah, that is a big ask. Dan's 10th. Can Dan do anything?
Gary at 15th, another big ask. You saw what N-Dub's done from the back. It's hard to get through the pack when you're at the back in pro.
Yeah, it is. Can Dan do anything from 10th, Smithy?
Yeah, I think he'll be on the podium. I think he will be on the podium.
Good shout. What about Little Leech? What can this man do as he's currently 4th fastest at the minute?
Yeah, 14th, 15th.
I love it. An improvement then. He's gone up 1 place at least.
He'll do alright if he can hold it.
Yeah, he's struggling with that rear end. Oh, that's the wall there.
He's just got to hit a wall. He just can't help himself.
just as you was about to praise him. Yeah. Brilliant. Andy's got 1 minute 8 seconds to get in, and we hope he can get in then. Otherwise, that could be his session and second race over, and he will not want that, as he'll want to take the fight. There we go. A bit of a slide from Little Each here. Oh, round he goes. Look. Round he goes. Job done. Into the pits. Little Each done for qualifying. He'll stay P4th. Emo Guy's gone a bit closer to May's game, though, within just under half a second. And gets another shot at this pole position. Kelly still not out them 42. So what is happening with KLF in this second qualifying?
Who are you tipping then?
For the win?
Yep.
I think if Mays can get out front and stay out front, I think he'll win it. But he's got a mistake in him. Oh, Andy's.
Emo Guy done well.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Wheel stays.
Andy has got to get in here. This is going to be fine. This is.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Emo Guy, N-Dubs, and Fury.
Well, let's see then here.
We'll just jinx that, so that'll probably be Argent, Peaceful, and BTT.
Argent, Peaceful, BT Targo. Yeah, well, yeah, why not? Monkey Boy still on lap. Can he improve from P4? Disco improved a little bit. I think Andy can still get in while these seconds count down. I hope he can get in. He has got in. And would you believe that? It's going to promote Andy to P9.
That's a good way of getting a better position, isn't it?
Hey, little glitch for you there.
Try that next week.
The old.
Put me 16th.
So Gary then will start 16th. BT Targa will start 15th. Andy's going to start 9th. Dan will start 11th, Fury will start 10th, and D-Biggs will start 12th. But it looks like Maze Gamer is going to take pole unless Disco can do anything here on this final run. Nope, can't do anything there. So nothing from Disco there.
Oh, KLF's having a...
Oh, yeah, Kelly's had a moment there. Oh, he's in the middle of the track. Yeah. Kelly, get that one out of the way. Because there's not a lot of room down that part of the circuit. That bit gets very tight very quick. So Kelly will start P8. X-Mart's into the pits. He'll start P7. Sutty Apex currently 6th. Can he find...
Black by Maze, 1:38.
Yeah, very quick time. Really good time from Maze. Disco improved at the end but couldn't do enough. Sutty crosses the line, improves, but it's only good enough for 6th place, which means Little Each will start P5. Good qualifying for him. We are just awaiting now Kelly or the timer to count down first. Not sure what is happening with KLF out there. But Maze Gamer will take another pole position.
Got no fuel.
Oh, Kelly, get it in the pits. Options, retire to pit lane. Job done. The Mercedes Benzo takes its 14th race win here in the Pro Series. And it takes its 10th Pro pole position. And that's 53 poles and 61 wins overall there this season. Fury now has... not Fury, it's Maze Gamer who's got a second pole this season. Or a first pole this season, should I say. Maze, yeah, 1 pole to his name. As Kelly then still not returned to the pits, but the session is done. Not quite sure what we are waiting for here.
Still Kelly, isn't it?
I swear I did that on purpose. My game froze, so I left and rejoined. Yeah. Complete coincidence there, bad timing.
Now it's going to be a bit harder for Fury and then.
Yeah, it will be indeed. We are just awaiting Kelly. Not sure what is happening with Kelly here.
I reckon he's having a cheeky little sleep in his thing. Let's go in. How do you get in the cockpit? Oh, he's asleep at the wheel, look. He's having a nap.
Brilliant. KLF 900 then. We are just sat waiting for him. We cannot get going until he is sorted. And I'm not sure what is happening here. Kieran Argent, anyone else frozen? Time's up, but nothing happening. We are waiting for Kelly at the minute. Kieran.
Get out there. Get Jerry can out there.
Kelly needs to retire to the pit lane so that we can get going.
He's sleeping, isn't he? He's sleeping at the wheel.
There we go. Session over. No, that's old again. That's old again. So it's Maze Gamer from pole, from Emo Guy, Disco McDiscoface, Monkey Boy, Little Each, Shutty Apex, X-Mark, KLF. Then it's Andy, Fury Unorthodox, D-Biggs, Argent, BT, Peaceful Explosion, BT Targa, and Gary 131 bringing up the rear. We have lost somebody. Who have we lost? We've lost Kelly.
Oh no. Why?
We've lost KLF 500. 900 even. So everybody who didn't qualify has been promoted an extra place, but we have lost KLF 900 from this race.
That's a shame.
So Dan will start 10th, Biggs is going to start 11th, Andy's now going to start 8th, BT Targa will be 14th, Gary's going to be in 15th, and if you're wondering why I'm reading this out in a weird order, it's because it's the way I'm doing it on the PC. Peaceful will now be 13th place, Argent's now going to be in 12th, and Fury will be back to his 9th place, but we have lost KLF 900 from this race.
Who's your tip for the race win?
Fury. You?
Emo.
So we wait for these drivers to ready up, and hopefully they can ready up. Not sure what's happened there then with Kelly, but we've lost him from the session. 24 people watching. 19 likes on the stream. Guys, hit that thumbs up button and let's get going into this second race. But we have lost KLF 900 from this race. What a shame for Kelly. Because qualifying mid-pack, anything could have happened there that could have helped his race out.
Is that going to be on overview? Or standing?
What do you mean?
On views. Standings, I think.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine at the minute. Everything seems fine. We're just waiting for these guys to ready up, and ready up they have now.
Here we go.
And here we go with round 6 of the season. The rev starts to rise. The lights are coming on for the drivers. It's green here. And it's a great start. Is that Little Leech? Oh, and there's Disco. And that is Emo Guy. And he's open over. And a flash of the lights. Maze Gamer away. Little Leech up to second. Disco third. Suddy fourth. Xmark fifth. Fury up to sixth already. Off the line. Emo Guy was upside down on his roof. And what a shame for him there then. It was a wiggle from Little Leech that caught out one of the BMWs. And that then went into the side of Emo Guy. Emo Guy could have some big damage, but really, if he pits before that 4, has to pit twice. Little Leech is second. Fury is fourth after 2-3 corners here. And making a great move. Look at Emo Guy's car. It is badly damaged. Actually, that don't look too bad. Disco up the inside of Little Leech. Bit of a tap maybe there. Little Leech has to go wide. There's Fury. He can't get back on the track properly yet because Fury going to get up the inside and into third place like Smithy's just said. Here he comes. Fury third. Job done. Gary in the middle of that bunch in the background. Can he get through safely? Fury round the outside of Disco. This is Xmark. That's... Oh, you have got rid of something actually at the top of the screen. I can't see we're on board here, but that is Dan just ahead. That's Biggs, sorry. Just ahead of Gary. There we go. We got it back now. That's Biggs ahead of Gary. You're all right. And Gary defending from Dan now. Into the stadium section they come. 2-time champ versus 2-time champ on the back of each other. There's a car off in the gravel in the background. But Fury now still battling for third. Let's just drop back to Gary a second because it's Gary, Dan and Peaceful Explosion all in a little trio. And look at this battle between the former 2-time champs. Here comes Peaceful Explosion attacking the back of Dan. They had a ding-dong in race 1. My game froze and I couldn't get back in, says Audio Sport in the chat. Oh, why is he in there? He's got to pit twice then. So Craig's going to have to pit twice. And for poor old Kelly, his game froze and couldn't get back in. Emo's going to have to pit twice. So disaster for these boys. Fury attacking Disco on lap 2.
Where's Peaceful and Andy? Where's Andy? There he is.
Just off the back of this pack here with Gary being held by Biggs. Oh, he's round. Andy's round.
Oh, no.
Andy round. Fury flying here. Absolutely flying. Look at Gary, though. He's attacking D-Biggs. D-Biggs has gone defensive here, and will this help Dan out, his teammate? Gary, though, has he already passed Biggs? They rub doors as they come into the hairpin. Biggs can't get it stopped. Gary, thank you, Mama, for the carrots, as he'd say. Up the inside. Gary runs him a little wide. And Biggs back in front of Gary, but Gary up another place. P6 for him. He's now straight on the back of him, of Xmark. And Gary looking up the inside. And this is what we've missed from the 2-times champ. Look at the racing he's doing here. Gary 131. Is he back, Smith?
Nah, it's just a lucky race.
Disco's round, he's dropped it. Gary's up to 4th, so it's Maze. It's Maze from Fury, from Sutty, from Gary, Dan. Now 6th. Where's Gary off? His brother said it was nice out there, so Gary took a trip himself. All the work he's just done there for it to be undone.
Taxi!
Who's that? Who's that? That's Fury. Fury's made a mistake. Peaceful now up to 6th. He's flying at the minute, is Dan. Is he still behind his teammate? Yes, he is. He's also behind Xmark. Gary on the back of Fury now.
And he's way down here. Where is he?
Yeah, he's
had a couple of bumblebees.
You know what? You've made this so entertaining tonight. Brilliant. Andy and Disco. Let's. Oh, what's happened? That's God. Fury and Peaceful.
Somebody's completely lost their bonnet.
Oh my days!
Oh, look at the state of that.
And 2 weeks in a row. Peaceful Explosions without a front end or a rear end near enough.
I wouldn't even get around a banger track round my way. Look at the state of it.
Dan now up into 4th ahead of his teammate and Xmark. He's got the job done on Xmark then into the hairpin.
Go on, Sutty.
Sutty's flying. Sutty is flying at the minute.
Those Maze, look at him go.
Yeah, he's gone, but the dramas have happened behind, so he's been able to get out in front. Peaceful's got to do 1 extra lap or pit twice. That's his dilemma here.
Gary's up to 6th. What's going on?
Yeah, he's past Fury and Peaceful Anti after their incident. Got to get back. Yeah, he's probably got damage. Peaceful's got heavy damage, we know. Gary's got to get past these three again. Can he get it done? That's the question. May's gone. Sutty second. Dan will be hunting him down for third.
How far's Dan off Sutty?
2 seconds the gap at the minute.
Disco and Andy.
Yeah, together. Fury just ahead.
Where's Argent? There he is.
There's 11th. He's steady. Car looks fine. He's going steady at the minute. Steady enough. Doing a solid job, no doubt.
Emo's had a bad day.
Yeah. Peaceful's not had a great day neither.
No.
And poor old little Leach again. Bless him.
The norm now, isn't it?
Well, I suppose so, yeah. As here comes Disco and Andy. Dan pulling away from Xmart, who's got D-Bigs right on the back of him here. Obviously, we lost Kelly in this race. And here comes Xmart late on the brakes into the hairpin. Just struggles to get to the apex of the corner there, and that's allowed Biggs to get closer. Fury gaining on the back of Gary. As Gary had another moment, because he was a bit closer to D-Bigs than that. So as he had a little wiggle somewhere, because he's got Fury right on the back of him here, and Fury flying at the moment. It looks like he's got some damage to the front of that Mercedes-Benz. And that'll be from the contact with Peaceful, no doubt. Peaceful, by the way, I think has stayed out. So he's Disco again! Same corner. You said it, Smith, in race 1.
Yeah.
Disco recovers. Oh, a flash of the lights.
Oh.
It was his teammate behind him. So did Andy tap Disco there? I'm not sure. But Fury, I tell you what, he's going to be brave to make a move around here. This section is as tight as ever. Oh, around the outside. Gary, though, has decided that he's going to come into the pits. And he gets 1.5. So Dan's caught half a second at the minute. Dan's having a better second race, isn't he?
He is on the podium, man.
Better second race for Dan. Gary making the early stop, though. I imagine we'll see Peaceful in this lap.
Let's just see the state. Oh, yeah, he might make it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Emo guys just got past him for 15th place. In fact, they're both in. So Emo in at the end of lap 4, as is Peaceful. Not the night for Mike.
He raced himself, look.
He may as well be, hasn't he? He's gone. I'll take back what I said about these Mercedes, because these are flying. They are flying. If Mays wins this tonight, that'll be 3 Mercedes-Benz wins in a row.
Trouble is, it seems that when they get out in front, they've got a good gap.
Yeah. Seems to be when they're fighting that they're struggling. As Fury now trying to gain... Yeah, it was a good start. Great start to race. Dan now within a second of Sutty, so pulling some half a second a lap over Sutty Apex. In fact, it was 9/10 last time around. Yeah, he's gone. Emo guy's long gone as well. Just chuck it in the corner a bit harder, Gary. Biggs on his way to Xmart. Oh, got caught out there. Xmart slowing down to come into the pits, and Biggs nearly tapped the rear. But Xmart in.
Is pitting early because they have to pit early? Do they only have to pit within that window?
So they have to, yeah. So the pros have to pit within that window.
So would you pit early or late?
Well,
like to pit halfway through the race.
Yeah, so I'd probably pit when I'd normally pit. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's the same time. Yeah. Sutty here then has Dan now right on the back of him. That's Peaceful. A lap down to Maze Gamer.
Gary's pitted early. Well, Fury's dropping down. He's in the pits.
He's in the pits. Little Leach comes into the pits. Monkey Boy comes into the pits as well.
Gary pitted early for a reason, would he?
Possibly to undercut a few drivers.
Lap 6.
Get the stop early. Get some clear air in front of you. Pump in some good laps and then stay out of the carnage, really, and stop avoiding carnage. He might have had a bit of damage.
Fury's come out before him.
Way before him. Where is Gary? Oh, yeah. Way before Fury. Some 5 seconds ahead of Gary there. So Fury flying.
Pit stops. Sutty's been done.
Yeah. Unorthodox now up into second. And can he chase the 6 seconds down to Maze Gamer?
Got some hunting down to do.
Monkey Boy still in the pit lane then. Emo Guy's got to pit again. Little Leech has done his stop. Maze Gamer flying at the minute.
Flying round.
Is he going to pit? No. Took too wide a line to pit there. You lose a lot of time coming into the pits here because you have to stay so tight to get it into the pits. Really quickly. You lose a heck of time. Heck of a lot of time for here. Fury on the back of X-Mart then.
And he's up to 5th.
Yeah, he's going well. Still to pit. Sooty's in. At the end of lap 6, Sooty Apex comes into the pits then. And what can Sooty do from this position now? With an early stop, is he looking to undercut Dan and maybe get that place back? What can he do with his stop? He's not got a... Oh, it was Kelly who had the time penalty. It was Sooty who had the grid penalty. It's a decent stop, that. The Lollipop Man's not even lifted the board and he's gone. So that's a good stop. Disco into the pits as well.
You're going to jump Fury.
Sooty.
Oh, yeah, tight.
Yeah, done him with ease, look.
Yeah.
There's X-Mart and Fury, still bumper to bumper, and Sooty a good couple of seconds up the road. That's job done for Graham.
So
what track is it next week? It's Bruno next week for the Pro and Pro-Am. Yep, work to do in that Acura, that is for sure. Maze Gamer now on the back of the Ferrari of Monkey Boy. The Ferrari's not had the look tonight, have they?
No.
Oh, Maze. Oh. I hated running the curbs last night around here because every time I felt I touched a curb, I'd lose it. But Maze there, really flirting with the curbs. He's round.
Oh, he's round.
He's dropped it. Where's Dan? There's Dan. So Peaceful unlaps himself. So we're back to normal standard, normal order in terms of everybody being on the lead lap. If I'd have put Maze in the pits right now.
Do you reckon Endeavour's going to close him down, overtake, and then pit?
Nah, I think Dan or... I don't know. D. Biggs has pitted. So D. Biggs into the pits, the end of lap 7. Andy's in the pits as well. Argent flying. Again. Fury's done X-Mart. Argent's coming in. Is he? Was he?
Argent, yeah, he went in.
Yeah, he's in. He's in. So Argent in. So Maze Gamer, Emo Guy.
Get a map up there, see where everyone is.
Unorthodubs and BT Targa still to pit. So Argent just dropping down the order at this moment.
Oh, Andy's just... Oh,
no, it's not. It's the old... It catches up in a minute. It'll stop. That's Kelly disconnecting, so that should be it now.
Still in the pit.
Yeah, he's on his way out now. Down in 10th. He's going to come out way before Disco. You see the white dot coming down the start straight. Disco nowhere near Argent. There's Little Leech. Emo Guy's 13th, but he's got to pit again. No, he's pitted again. Sorry, he pitted at the end of lap 4. It is literally now BT Target, Maze Gamer, and Unorthodubs still to pit. So the top 3. Oh, Dan, where are you going?
Caught that one.
Yeah, where are you going, Dan? Within a second now, a Maze Gamer. Oh, Maze wide again there. This is where he span last lap. So you're just going to need to be a bit more patient on the power.
That's that slippery corner.
Yeah. And the thicker cloud. Really making life tricky for these drivers. Is Maze going to come into the pits? No, I don't know. Did he come in there? I think he has, yeah. Oh, he's messed it up. He's messed it up, Smithy.
N-Dubs is in the lead. Is he going to come out before Fury and Sooty, though?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? Sooty is technically second place on track here. BT Targa's still to pit. He's just taken second place. Maze now in. Maze lost a lot of time losing it into the pit lane. Look for the white dot on the map. Sooty's come through the final corner. I think Sooty's going to get him. Oh, there's a wall there, Maze. Sooty's going to get him. Biggs is going to get him. Fury's going to get him. Andy's going to get him. There's a lot of cars here that's going to pass Maze Gamer here, so he has ruined his race. Yeah. Out behind Andy, in front of X-Martin Gary. Gary's down in 9th. Where's he been? He's had a shocker. His early stop has not worked for him. Dan and BT still to pit. Sooty, I think, could be net leader of this race.
He should be, shouldn't he?
I reckon 30 seconds for a pit stop, in and out. Maybe 25 to 30 seconds. So Sooty's on that cusp of of being close enough to Dan.
And he's on a rampage.
So's Mays as he really outbreaks himself there. Andy's gone even wider on exit. Back onto the track. Andy's still ahead of Mays. And this thicker cloud. Oh, Mays giving him a bit of a tap and trying to open the door. Pushing Andy so wide there. Andy keeps it pinned in. Up the inside Andy goes. Bit of a wiggle on exit. Andy giving Mays a bit of a taste of his own medicine. Dan in the pits. It's all handbags out there, Smithy.
Love to see it.
All handbags. Right, Dan in the pits.
Hit the wall himself.
Keep your eyes on that white dot in the pit lane. BT's not came in, so BT, away he goes. Monkey Boy's been lapped, so he's now a lap down. He's also lost out to Peaceful. Keep your eyes on them white dots coming around the track. Dan is in.
He's going to be out before Sutty gets there.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. Sutty's round the final corner. Dan's on the limit. I did that the other night, Mays. Bloody pit wall kept getting in the way, says Laura in the chat. Sutty and Biggs here. There's a spinner in the background. That might be Mays Gamer. It's Fury's back in the pits. What's happened to Fury? He's back in, but Dan is third. Sutty will be net first of this race.
And he's behind him.
Oh dear. Fury in the pits. What has happened to Fury?
Yeah, he's up to 7th. So who's got a pit? BTT.
BT Targa, yeah.
That's
Just
like a teabag, isn't it? PG tips.
PG tips, BT's tips. Sutty then, net leader of this race. The master of the Sutty Send It, lap 10 of 19. He's got Biggs all over the back of him. He's got Biggs' teammate right behind him. Andy in 4th. Then it's Exmart 5th. Sorry, it's Andy 5th. Net 4th. Exmart 6th. Net 5th. Gary 7th. We reckon Gary at 25 seconds as well could have enough to pass BT Targa in the pit lane. That's what Sutty had. Mays Gamer might get past BT. So BT could drop to 8th place here. But Sutty Apex, he's got some work to do with that pressure of the McLaren. It's McLaren. 2, 3, 4, but net 1, 2, 3. BT hasn't pitted. Carries on his way.
Oh, he's getting close, isn't he? Sutty's doing well to hold it.
Yeah. The pressure won't get to Sutty, that's the thing. The pressure will not get to him. I hope Kelly's still there in the chat cheering his teammate on. Because Sutty is doing some great things for the team at the minute.
Be nice to see him hold it.
Yeah. Andy will want to get himself on this podium here. Want to get himself closer to Dan to take the fight to Dan a bit more. Watch that curb, Graham. That's where I lost it last night and lost the 2nd place in race 2. You want to watch that curb massively. Here comes Sutty into turn 2. Just got to focus here now. Little Leach is 12th, flying high. Gary 7th. Get a nosebleed, Little Leach at 12th, won't he?
Oh yes, he must be loving life up there.
Brilliant.
Trouble is, if you make one mistake as Sutty, that's it. You drop down about 10 places.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem, isn't it?
And you've got a bit of a 10-second gap if you make a mistake before next car.
2 seconds back, 3 seconds, sorry, back to Andy. You've then got 6 seconds back to Exmart.
Yeah. And by the time you've reverse spun round,
yeah, Gary and Mays Game has come past you and you're sitting 8th at the minute. BT Targa coming into the last sector of the track. Will he pick? Gary getting closer to Exmart now as well. So can Gary put some pressure on him? Get another place, get a good couple of points for Gary tonight. That's, I'm sure, what he'll be looking to do. BT Targa, does he pit at the end of lap 11? No. So he's got to pit at the end of the next lap or the lap after. Otherwise, we'll receive basically a drive-through penalty. Kelly's still here. And I'm sure he says, I am. I'm sure he's loving what he's seeing here. Biggs, right across the grass. Going to go up the inside. Give Sutty a little nudge as he goes past. And I tell you what, I don't know if Sutty would have liked that one too much, but Biggs really all over the sausage curb and everything to get past Sutty there. Now he's got Dan on the back of him.
Are they 3 McLarens, are they?
Yeah. Dan on the back of Sutty. Here's BT Targa, still not pitted, out on his own at the minute, running his own little race. The 2 Ferraris, 14th and 15th. Here's Mays Gamer. He's now on the back of Gary. So has Gary had a wiggle somewhere because he's dropped off the back of Exmart. He's got Mays on the back of him, and Mays was looking up the inside there, I think, because there's a flash of the lights from these boys. And Mays didn't get Gary done.
BT coming in.
I don't think so.
Oh, so he's took D Biggs.
Oh, he has got Biggs. What's happened to Biggs?
Andy's done N-dubs. I know him.
No, Andy's done D Biggs. Biggs has lost out 3 places there. So what has happened to D Biggs there? Biggs then lost it at the hairpin corner maybe, but he's dropped back 3 places. So Sutty back into the lead. Biggs round the outside of Andy. You're not going to get it done round there. It gives Andy another place. It keeps Andy behind Dan. While ever Dan's behind Sutty, Andy could get that little bit closer. Sutty will want Andy to get close to Dan to just put some pressure on him. BT Target, I think he's coming in. His little white dot on the track map's going slow. As Dan then dives up the inside. That's a risky place to pass, but Dan, Sutty doesn't fight that too hard. And BT's in the pits. Dan then, net leader of this race.
Oh, that's not bad. I'm starting from 11th.
Yeah, 11th.
Oh.
The thing is now, though, is...
Where's Fury?
Fury down, P11, so really right down there then. Sutty now's got to defend from Andy as BT comes out the pits.
Gary and X-Mark going to catch him. Ooh.
Where's May's gamer gone? He's dropped down behind Argent now. He's dropped down to 9th. He was behind Gary a minute ago. May's gamer dropped down the order. X-Mark challenging BT Target. Andy's still not got past Sutty yet. And Dan has just pulled away out front looking at the timing screens as BT stays ahead of his teammate and Team Prolapse colleague X-Mart. And Dan, was that weaving? I'm not sure if that was weaving or not, but Sutty diving into the hairpin corner. Messes up, runs a little wide, and Andy and D Biggs are coming. And Andy, will he have a look up into this right-hander? And we said Dan would be on the podium. So far leading this race.
He's done a lot better this race than last race.
Biggs looking up the inside of Andy and he's missed. He's braking massively. And Sutty there has to get on the brakes even more. And Biggs stays side by side with Andy. Biggs really, he's forced Andy wide. Where's Andy gone? Biggs needs to get out of that and return the place to Andy then. Because he passed him. He's technically passed him off track there. And Biggs, he's going to go around the outside of Sutty now, is he? Sutty pushing him a little wide. Dear me, Andy's having a look. What's going off here? Handbags! Handbags! Biggs and Andy off! You wouldn't get that in Pro-Am Smith, would you?
No, I wouldn't have kept it when I went on the grass.
You wouldn't have got that in Pro-Am.
Dean done that last night. Overshot one of the corners. Just kept going straight.
Yeah, he did, to be fair. But I bet he didn't keep it side by side on the exit, though, did he? So Sutty second. 2 seconds behind Dan now after all that kerfuffle. Andy in third. Biggs fourth. BT's up into fifth ahead of X-Mart. There's Gary in 7th place. Can he get any more points out of this one? Jamie Brazier in the chat. I think I found my new favourite GT3 car, Disco. He's another one who's had a bit of a poor night tonight, hasn't he?
A bit of a gap between him and Fury, isn't there? Yeah, Disco's been a bit off the pace. Fury, racing on his own again.
So just
daydream.
Where is he? That's email guy for position behind him. So he's got a fight. He's got a fight on his hands here for 12th.
Disco and Maze.
Yeah, they're within a second of each other, so they're still pushing hard. Andy's within a second of Sutty again now. Needs to get himself ahead of Biggs and away from Biggs. This will allow Dan to catch Andy up by some 10 points at the minute. But the gap will then be 2 points in Andy's favour. Fury losing out massively, even though he's took his double points. He wanted a better second race and hasn't had it. Although the race isn't done yet. Still some 5 laps left. 1.5 seconds, Gary is, although he's just run into the gravel a little bit there. Sightseeing again.
Yeah, that Porsche loves a bit of sightseeing. Off-road safari.
TF is D Biggs doing, says Somo in the chat. What on earth was that? Says Jamie Brazier. Yeah, a bit naughty that was.
Let's have a
from
look
Biggs.
At the old pro champ.
He gains advantage off track, then possibly forces Andy off the track, then swipes. Yeah. Questionable driving from D Biggs there, I reckon, because there was a lunge on Sutty in the final set, which I thought, all over the sausage curb, but he got away with it, and then the dive. I don't know what we're happening with Biggs here, but questionable to say the least.
This isn't nice to see, is it? Look,
Nah, I feel for them because the Ferrari's quick as well.
That's not nice to see.
No, and I feel for Peaceful and Monkey Boy. I feel for both of them because they're both quick drivers. They're both good drivers.
What's going on up here then?
Oh, Andy's got Sooty. Look. So he's up to second place now. Can he catch Dan?
Who did you say was going to win? Fury?
I said Fury. Everybody we tipped to do well in this race hasn't.
I ain't ever
Sorry,
predicted.
bar Dan. Race
last night time on comms.
I don't know, Gary might want you back. He's had a decent night, hasn't he?
He ain't done bad.
Sooty, though, drops to P3 now. Andy back on to second place. And can he hunt Dan down 4.8 seconds with some 3-4 laps to go? Sooty, Biggs, BT, Exmar, McLaren. Biggs had a wiggle. That's Biggs. Bit of a wiggle. Kept it going. But lost ground to Sooty. So it's McLaren 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And then it's a Porsche. Emo guy's got past Little Leach on the timing screen. I think Little Leach had another one of his day trips because he's dropped some 5 seconds behind Emo guy as well.
Peaceful's dropped to the back.
Yeah, he's had a moment somewhere. Oh, you don't want to see it, do you?
Argent sitting up there in 8th.
Good night. Good night for Argent. 2 good weeks in a row for Argent. Really has had a good couple of races here. 4th and an 8th. I'm sure, even 8th place, I'm sure he'll take. He's had a good night's worth of racing. And hey, if the 4 McLarens and Gary get tussling between each other, could be on for a couple more places. Come on, Sooty, stay on the podium, says Jamie Prazier. Did they catch Dan? It's tough to ask, innit? Tough to ask.
That's why it says on the screen 4 to 6 to 6 to 6. He's took us. Oh, he's done him.
Biggs up the inside of Sooty, and is that move done from D Biggs? Sooty's going to try and defend that. He hasn't done him. Gary was sideways coming through the hairpin on the exit. He's lost a bit of time there. Sooty's still ahead of D Biggs. He's gone defensive on Biggs already, and Sooty looks like he's going to hang on to that position. Round the left-hander, there you go. Job done there. And Biggs now looking to Sooty. Sooty tries to defend, but Biggs has already made that move. Is he alongside Sooty enough? Sooty backs out to that one. Biggs gets the job done, and Sooty cannot come back at him. Biggs nice on the brakes. Sooty's going to look into the stadium and can't lunge. It's too tight a corner that to make a Sooty send it manoeuvre work, but Sooty...
The McLaren looks like it's held the best round this track.
Yeah, I'd say that.
BMW's had a few spins, and Mercedes here and there.
Yeah, the Porsche's gone sightseeing.
Yeah. But the McLarens, they've held really well.
Yeah, they have. Really have. The Ferraris, we've not seen the best of, I think. James Brazier, I reckon the GTR would be right up there, he says, in the chat. So Biggs now on the podium. It's been a while since we spoke to Biggs. BT Targa's now looking at Sooty Apex. Gary in the background with a wiggle, but he's managed to hold it. Emo's done Disco. Little Leach now close to the back of Disco. So could Little Leach get back to P12 here? PM Motorsport, time for the return, Jamie. Bring Godzilla to the party. Godzilla's already at the party, PM Motorsport, with the two Akoras, boy. As Fury gets himself past Maze Gamer for P9. Job done. Another place for the double points for Fury there. Maze Gamer seemed to struggle the further into both races. Yeah. The further race 1 went on, he seemed to struggle more. Race 2, again, same thing. His car just looks to have lost all pace and struggled big time. Sooty, we did. Sooty got past Biggs for a second there, Smith, and then went back behind him again. So I think they're battling. Yes, look at this. A battle, and BT Targa watching in the background. So Sooty really trying to take the fight to Biggs. Biggs has gone defensive earlier than what Sooty did. Is Sooty going to think of a late manoeuvre up the inside? No, he's not. Up the into the right-hander, there you go. Try not to use too much of the curbs. Biggs defends already from Sooty Apex. Is he going to try around the outside? No, he can't. But can he keep it close to Biggs as they're into the stadium? They've got BT Targa close as well. Here comes Sooty Apex right on the sausage curb, trying to do to Biggs what Biggs did to him, and he cannot get it done. Dan starts lap 18. He's still got 4.5 seconds to Andy. So them two are matching each other, and Sooty is sending the fight to D Biggs at the minute.
Will he be on pad or wheel?
Sooty's on the wheel, I think. PM Motorsport not in the pro. Yeah, and Jamie wouldn't be in the pro. He's there's no space in it. Somo, I haven't seen anyone drive the Acura over the new map. And Smithy. Smithy's drove it. Well, you make it look too good, mate. I'm following your leadership. Sutty then lost a bit of time through that first and final sector and has now got BT right on the back of him here as they come down towards the hairpin. BT pulls out now. Here comes BT on Sutty into the turn 3 hairpin. Can Sutty keep it round the outside? Later on the brakes, tuck underneath. No, he can't. BT's done too good a job. And BT up to 4th. Sutty just starting to drop off the back here.
These lads still plodding along at the
back. Bless him. Peaceful and Monkey Boy, the 2 yellow Ferraris.
Don't forget N-dubs.
Somo, he never sees anyone drive the Acura in public lobbies. It's because they're all afraid of driving it, buddy. The Acura's too good a car. It's unfair in a public lobby to use it.
Now start to spread themselves out.
Yeah, they are a bit. They are a bit. I think Gary's gaining on the back of Xmart, though. That's come under a second. Look, it's half a second, Gary to Xmart. So can Gary get a 6th place here? Fury's gained on Argent as well. That gap's 3 seconds. But we're on the last lap. We'll have to cut to Dan shortly. And the fight's still on. One mistake for Xmart and Gary will pounce on him here. One mistake for Sutty and they'll all pounce on him. But for this man, after he got in the lead, he's not really looked back, has he?
No, he's done well this race. Got up in front and stayed there.
It's going to be his 2nd win of the season if it stays this way. And what a job it's been. Gary right on the back of Xmart now. And he is really flying at the minute. Gary looking to put in
2 McLarens. And Biggs and BTT and Say.
4. 4 because of Xmart. Xmart took the inside of Sutty. They nearly make contact. Gary, though, tucks underneath. Gary, he's going to get both of them.
He has. Look at that. 5th place.
What an opportunistic move from Gary 131. Here's Dan into the middle sector, into the stadium, sorry. Here. What a job it's been for him. That's because the Acura is too overpowered, says Jamie. Damn right, too rapid for them. Only absolute gods can control them right. Yep, exactly. That's why I mean Smithy are gods. Only we can control the Acura. And PM Motorsport saying he needs a Halfords livery. Indeed we do. But that's touring car chat for another day. It's going to be this man on Orthodubs who's going to take his 2nd race win of the season. He extends the most race wins here at Simplay Motorsport. A flash of the lights. And back on the top step, Andy with a pair of 2nd places tonight. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. It's going to be D Biggs who's going to come across for his first podium in such a while. What a job from him. BT Targa's going to get a 4th. Gary 131. What a drive for that 5th place, just ahead of Sutty Apex for the 6th, who was once leading. He finished 6th place. It just didn't happen for him at the end. Xmart comes home in 7th. Argent here needs to make sure he gets around these final couple of corners because Fury's right on the back of him. But an 8th place for Argent and a 4th place, absolutely top stuff for him. Fury's going to come across for a 9th. Good job, Fury. Mace Gamer then for a 10th place after his pole position. It didn't go the way he'd have liked it to go. But nonetheless, it's a 10th either way. Disco, not the night for him, an 11th place and a 10th place. But nonetheless, it's points and it's another race finish and another week on the wheel where he's starting now to just get to grips with that wheel. Just got to keep out of trouble. That's the problem. Gets in a bit of dramas every now and again. And he's going to cross the line for 11th. Little Each then loses out to Emo Guy. Emo Guy's going to cross the line for P12. Little Each will be P13 after Emo Guy gets P12. And then the 2 Ferraris at the back of the pack. And you don't like to see it, but Peaceful Explosion 14th, Monkey Boy 15th. We lost Kelly in the race, so he was a non-starter. And yeah, that's the final of that driver of the day. We'll get to that one in a minute. Fastest lap, 39.5 from Andy, 39 dead from Fury. So Fury takes fastest lap once again. I will just check the rest. Yeah, 39 dead from Fury. So Fury gets the fastest lap of the race. Smithy, driver of the day?
Andy, I reckon.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Argent. Because I think he's been fantastic. Argent, and I think he's had a good haul of points tonight in the Pro. So one for Andy, one for Argent. You in the chat, get your votes in for who you want for. But Fury leads the way by 103 points. Andy 24 behind on 79. Dan on 72. He's some 7 points behind Andy. BT Targa's fourth. Gary stays in fifth, 3 points off the back of him. Maze Gamer drops to sixth after that one with Sooty not far behind. Biggs up to eighth, only 2 points off the back of Sooty. Apex with Kieran Argent 2 behind him in ninth. Disco drops down to 10th. Peaceful 11th. X Martin 12th with Monkey Boy 13th. Little Each 14th. Emo Guy 15th and KLF, who couldn't start tonight, down in P16. Obviously the scores may change and the points may differ to what we're there on now, because obviously the drop scores will be recalculated at the end of tonight. Slingshot Motorsport lead the constructors though by 1 point from Sandbags Motorsport, with Shake and Bake 3 points behind. So it's a real close fight at the top there, and Sandbags, half their team have already taken double points. Forever Forward sit fourth with Team Prolapse fifth. Leach Motorsport go above Simplay Racing for sixth, and Audio Sport Prolapse bring up the rear. But like I said, drop scores will change. We've got the top three in the chat, and we'll start with, first of all, a man who we've not spoken to in a while, D-Biggs. And that's not a bad night for yourself.
Good to be back. I'll take that.
Happy with that performance tonight?
Yeah, I was. I enjoyed a few laps with Sooty, and then I'm all for a little send it of the hairpin.
Yeah.
I don't think he attempted to brake.
Right.
And that sent me off, and that lost the position to him and Andy. But I clawed it back at the end. I had much better pace race 2. So, nice to be back on the podium.
Nice to have you back on the podium, because it's been a while.
Yes, it has. Far too long.
Yeah, other than F1, how are you getting on with the McLaren at the moment? How are you adjusting?
With it. I've always liked the McLaren. Never done a lot of miles in it, but I'm getting there with it. Dan sent me a setup for tonight that was much better than what I had, and that's helped tonight. So yeah, enjoying the McLaren.
Yeah, Dan seems to be sending a lot of setups out recently. There's a lot of people who's interested in that man's setups. It's great to have you back, Dom. Obviously, we hope to see you Sunday night for the F1. Another battle with myself and you.
Fingers crossed.
Well, we can't wait, mate. Well done tonight, and congratulations on your 2 results.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, buddy. Andy, as well, a pair of second places, and it looks like you're going to get the vote for driver of the day as well. Not a bad night, all in all.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with 2 P2s, because at times in that race it was looking a bit messy again, but managed to hold it together. Again, that little scrap with D-Biggs and Sooty cost me a bit of time there, as Dan was able to just take that opportunity, and Dan really did take that opportunity. He just ran off into the distance whilst we were having that scrap behind him, and couldn't claw that gap down. So well done to Dan on pulling that gap. But in terms of the points, not a bad night at all.
No, good all the points, especially with Dan having a bit of a poor first race. Really gained a lot of points over him tonight. It's consistency this season. You've been brilliantly, last season it was that hit and miss with that BMW, but this year, off the podium once, that's a good start to the season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just about, I think, understanding what's underneath me so much better, and getting a full season within this car has now given me this it's almost like I'm at one with the car now, so yeah. I feel completely confident in most situations right now in this car. The only times when it's a little bit unpredictable is maybe following other cars in the slipstream in the turbulent air, but yeah, it's kind of all going quite swimmingly at the moment, and hopefully it can continue.
Indeed, it's been a pleasure to have you on track again. Good, well done for congrats on driver of the day and for the 2 second places tonight. We can't wait to see what you can do next week.
Yeah, well done. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. And here he is, and Dubs on the podium. After a disappointing first race, he's managed to claw it back for a race 2 win. And Dan, didn't look like you had it easy again in that second race.
No, not at all. I just knew coming here to Hockenheim, the McLaren doesn't feel strong here. The Mercedes and BMW, even the Porsche, just had so much more time. So I kind of went into this round thinking damage limitations, and race 1 just went horribly from the get-go. So it is what it is. Annoyed about me putting some comments in there, which obviously I was annoyed at the time, frustrated, so you will be. So we'll see what happens with the stewards in that sense. But nonetheless, race 2, I just took it a little bit more easier, took my time, and at one point I thought I was going to come home behind my teammate, and I was happy to. So things played out a different way.
Good pace for the team tonight as well. It's brought you back in the team's championship for a good result for Biggs and yourself tonight. Does that give you confidence going into next week?
For next week, definitely, knowing the circuit that we have coming towards us, I think will suit the McLaren a lot better than here. This seems to struggle on traction for me. And we go to a circuit where it's all about long, flowy corners, which is Brno. So, good that I'm happy that Biggs is now getting to grips with the McLaren. I'm feeling solid in it. And if we can keep this form up and we can look at having a good team title, I'm really going to struggle with this driver's title. After that race, I just got to hope and pray for some incidents for Andy and Fury, and they did a solid job tonight. They took the best opportunities they could, and that's why they're ahead of me.
Yeah. Now, obviously, for those who don't know how it works on the track selection, the admins get a track each to pick, and then we all discuss on the other half. Dan's pick was Brno. You've got to be confident going there, considering you picked it.
Not really. The last time we drove it was season 1 and we had no setups, no nothing, and I was in the Porsche. So we go there with a McLaren and completely different situations. So I like the circuit, I enjoy the circuit, and I know me and Biggs actually fought for my first win at Brno, and we both enjoy the circuit. So I think we got to focus on team. If I can claw back points in drivers, then that's a bonus as well.
Yeah.
But I'm quietly confident with it, but I was quietly confident out here, and that got wrong.
I was going to say, last time we was at Brno, it was you and Biggs for the race win, and you managed to just edge him then. We'll have to see what it is next week. But congrats on tonight. Smithy, thanks for joining me tonight. Any final words from yourself?
No, I had a great time. Thank you very much. Well done to everyone racing. Brilliant racing.
Pleasure to have you alongside us, Smithy. Sorry, Dan.
Thank you, Smithy, for jumping in, mate.
No worries, bud.
Thanks for the drive of the day.
We'll be back on Sunday night then at 7 p.m. GMT, not BST, not quite there yet, but GMT for Formula One. The Emilia Romagna, I think I've pronounced that right. I don't know if I have. Imola, basically. That's where we're at on Sunday night. Can I keep myself 100% victories in that? Green Pies is back. Biggs is back. Mazda's also there. Could go 10 Duffin take his first win. Dan, I'll bring you live coverage of that on Sunday evening. We'll be back in the GT3s at Brno next week, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. for the Pro-Ams, and Thursday night for the pros in that series at Brno. Maybe some questionable driving. We'll have to see on if people have learnt next week. But we'll find out. From all of us though here at Simplay Motorsport, have a great weekend. Have a great week. I'll see you next Thursday. Good night. Oh, did I fuck up there?
How did you fuck up?
Should I have said that?
See you next Thursday. It sounds
Yes.
like you're saying, yeah.
No, I was done, but should I have said some questionable driving?
Oh, right, that. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well done, Andy.
Yeah, well done tonight, mate.
Cheers. Well done, Dan. Yeah, well done. No, you're not out of the championship. You're definitely not out of the championship. You're only 6 points behind, and Fury's on double points.
No. I'm just a bit frustrated with Peaceful into turn 1. On my view, it looked like he wasn't close enough, and